I just want to practice my fucking tarot. See if anyone will come on. Nina Okina. That's my best friend. Stuffy nose. Lena said, Polina said people aren't coming because you don't need it. Like, maybe I'm good. What did she say? It seems, I think I just put these photos. Maybe you don't want anything right now. Yeah, it usually works like that. One time I was totally peaceful, and then I went on YouTube and I didn't get anybody. Seems to have crossed over okay after solstice. Seem to have crossed over okay after solstice. I think I just pulled a lot of tarot and I tried to be respectful. It seems like you don't need anything. I said, LOL, I need a paycheck. She said, true. I usually need help with something. My computer, yeah. So, that was today. It's my friend. She's a psychic. Interestingly, you don't need anything. You don't need anybody. You don't need... I honestly don't. I'm pretty, self-fulfilled. And, got my own thing going kind of thing. But I've been practicing tarot, and I just want to kind of, practice on some people. And I don't have many opportunities to do that. I think I need to add a bunch of new people on my Instagram and then do a live and just pull tarot. I was eating Marmite. Marmite on my face. Sorry. One more. Oh, a person. Hello. Would you like a tarot reading? Yeah, you can get a reading. I have something in the oven that needs to get. Yeah. I'll get you a reading. Here's my tarot cards. Brenda Ann. I have something in the oven that needs to get out of the oven in 2 minutes, so I might need to go tell my boyfriend to get. Hold on. Never mind. I just turned off the oven. And okay, yeah, cool. Hey, I've been on all day waiting for somebody to practice tarot on. So you want a tarot reading? What is your name's Brenda? What's your age? And where do you live? Montana. 46. Okay. Cool. Are you celebrating 4th of July today? Working instead. Can we do a general? Yeah, we can do a general. All right. I'm going to pull some oracle cards for you first. What do you work? Where do you work? I'm like a little too excited that you're here. I'm like really excited. You work at a hospital. Are you a doctor or a clerk or nurse or your front desk? Admin. Yeah, admin. Okay. Cool. I wonder if your industry will look a little different now that the big beautiful bill has been passed. In terms of just like people without insurance. I don't really know, like maybe like longer wait times at hospitals or people not being able to pay for their medical care. Apparently, we already have free healthcare insurance for those that need it. Oh, cool. That's cool. Is that just something that's happening at your hospital or Montana or just the county or the district? No, it's federal. Oh, it's federal. Okay. Interesting. Cool. Okay, your general. We're gonna pull some cards from the Oracle deck. It's called the Secret Garden. For your general energy, your name is Brenda Ann. Brenda Ann, 46, Montana. General energy. Brenda Ann. No. Brenda Ann. Brenda Ann. Keeper of Stories. Brenda Ann.
Hey, Amazzi.
Harvest.
Your pizza's burning.
Oh, take it out of the oven. So I'm getting that. So I got the Keeper of the Stories. This is for your Oracle cards. Keeper of Stories. I got Keeper of the Harvest and Reciprocity. So I'm getting this really communal sense with you in terms of like sharing your stories, or like a communicative sense. We'll probably get a lot of like swords cards with you in the tarot deck. Reciprocity, like giving and taking with other human beings, like sharing your stories. Like it seems like you're a very like public person. Like I'm getting this sense. And Keeper of the Harvest, like just keeping things moving, keeping things going, like keeping things like fluid or liquid in like a communal, like it seems like you're a feel good person, like you making other people feel good, giving and taking with other people, sharing stories, like a public persona that you have going on at the moment, or maybe you've always had going on. I don't know how much of an introvert or an extrovert type of person you are, but it seems like at the current moment you're in this kind of extroverted, sharing stories, banter, like you're communicating with other human beings, other like coworkers, people, sharing little tidbit, little like small talk and reciprocity, like giving and taking and just keeping things like running smoothly. That's what I'm getting for your general energy. So like Keeper of the Harvest, so you're keeping things like comfortable for other human beings, like, and I don't know how you feel about that. I don't know if that is to your greater spiritual evolution is to do this type of thing, because sometimes when we get too much in the crosshairs with other human beings and like keeping things running smoothly, we kind of like lose ourselves. We can sometimes lose ourselves in that when we're such a public person. And you say true. So so I'm getting a sense that you're in the mix with a lot of other human beings and you're sharing a lot of yourself. So maybe that's just what your job is demanding of you. Maybe that's just what life is demanding of you at this point in time, is to be this kind of like public, feel-good person for other people. I'm going to pull from another tarot deck. So drinking some beer tonight. I actually live in New Zealand. So I'm an American who lives in New Zealand. with my partner, who just shut the door. Oh, that's interesting. Yeah. I left America like 7 years ago. Never looked back. I looked back once and then I came back, so it's great there. Yeah, it's actually not that good. It's good if you're really rich in New Zealand, but a lot of people are actually suffering in New Zealand. We just got like a similar we got like a kind of a right-wing government, and they've done tax cuts for all the rich, and they've cut healthcare, and they've cut mental health programs, they've cut cultural programs. Yeah, same. Yeah, so it's like it's just kind of like right-wing right-wing like virus going on in the world right now. It's happening in like Britain as well. And there's certain like European countries where this is also a problem. A lot of money going to the top and not a lot for like the bottom 99%. We did that in the 80s. Yeah, Reagan, capitalism, trickle down economics. Like, yeah, this has been like going on for like this kind of like they think like we'll give tax breaks to the rich with the assumption that the rich will then use that extra money to like and trickle it down to like the bottom, but they just hoard it. They don't end up actually helping people. So yeah. So are you a fairly spiritual person, or have you ever you're welcome. You're a spiritual person. What kind of spirituality, or like drug experimentation, or whatever your spiritual journey, like what are you into? Do you pray? Christianity, Buddhism, breathwork, meditation, yoga? Like what type of stuff are you into? I'm getting that you're a very social person. I studied transcendental meditation. I once lived next to somebody whose mom was like a really big in the Austin scene. She was like one of the top transcendental meditation like teachers in Austin, Texas, is where I used to live. And don't they give you like a mantra? Isn't that right? They give you like, you pay a lot of money, or you do a lot of training, and they end up giving you like a mantra that you focus on. Anyways, he lived next to me, and I used to play my piano for like 10 hours a day on acid. Bear in mind, I didn't know how to play piano. Oh, we have another person. Hi, Tanisha. Hello. Yeah, Austin would have a population for that. Yeah, there's a big spiritual population. Tanisha, if you can wait, I'm actually giving a reading to Brenda Ann. Or if you want to like pop back in later or something. My readings tend to be like 30, 40 minutes long. But sure. Awesome. I can wait. Oh, awesome. Okay, cool. But yeah, I used to play the piano for 10 hours a day on acid, and like he used to like come and stand at my door, and he would be like listening to me playing piano, and he would be doing his transcendental meditation next door to me. I remember that. But I don't know much about transcendental meditation, but that's really cool. Can I just put my question here and could you do it? Tanisha. Yeah, you could put your question. Go ahead. You can do that. If I get around to it, we'll see. After Brenda, of course. Yeah. Tanisha, yeah. Go ahead. Yeah, I spent like a year playing piano like all the time. Yeah. And I didn't know how to play piano. I got really fixated on the piano. But anyways. So Brenda, I'm getting this sense that you're like a storyteller. You seem to be like well embedded into your community. Maybe you have like some friends or at least acquaintances, or you have a good reputation. I'm not getting that you have a bad reputation. Shivram Raj Sinha's feelings. For me, we are exes and currently in no contact, blocked from some places. Tanisha, really quick, before I carry on with Brenda, did he block you? You said blocked from some places. Is he blocking you? Like you guys are exes, but he's like blocked you? What do you mean by blocked but from some places? And then I'm going to carry on with Brenda Ann. Yeah, from some platforms, yes. Okay, so he's blocked you. So generally with that, I would say you just need to honestly move on. But we will look into that later. Not all. He's not blocked you from everything. Okay. Sorry that you're going through that. Okay. Brenda Ann. You can ask, what is your general energy right now? Brenda Ann, Brenda Ann, Brenda Ann. Okay. getting Song of Presence, Song of Honesty, and I also got the Song of Rebirth. Presence, honesty, and rebirth. So you could be in a very like tender moment right now, where your senses are a little bit heightened. So in that sense of presence, like your senses are heightened, you're feeling things a little bit more acutely. Honesty, maybe you're more speaking your truth, and in this public persona that you're wading through, you're like, maybe there's moments when you're like saying things that are a little more honest or a little more true to yourself, and you're rebirthing yourself. And it could be in the social sphere. I could look a little deeper into this, but I'm getting a sense that you're a little bit of a social persona. But maybe there is something behind closed doors that you don't show to the public, and you could be going through kind of an inward like rebirthing process at the current moment, but it could be pretty mild. But honesty, presence, like maybe you're speaking more truthfully to yourself, or you're speaking your truth a little bit more with people or with yourself. And you're finding a new sense of rebirth or self through this process of integrity that you're discovering, like integrity in the social sphere. Because I'm getting Keeper of Stories, Keeper of the Harvest, reciprocity. So I feel like you're in like kind of a tango with other people. So it's hard when you're such a public person and you spend like so many hours of your day like in constant contact with like other human beings. It's hard to like feel one's own feelings, or to actually shoot like those little shoots, like little shoots, like a seedling, kind of to grow those beautiful, the budding, soft, gentle, vulnerable self, like in the midst of so many energies coming towards you. If that's what your life is about, a lot of people coming towards you, asking questions, like needing you, like referencing you, or relying on you, or needing you to fill out the paperwork or do something. So growing oneself in the midst of a lot of other people who are in consort with you can be like a difficult balancing act. But I am getting that you're, despite all this action or with other people, that there is some sort of rebirthing process going on. So maybe shedding of the snake skin. We're in a snake year. We're actually in Chinese zodiac year. It's the snake year. So a lot of us are going through kind of a rebirthing process. I think you might have noticed, like on social media, a lot of the growing pains of a lot of people are like changing form, changing physical form, changing their mindset, changing what they think and feel and believe about things. Like we're all kind of maturing, I feel like, this year. And we're all we're all stretching our limbs a little further than we stretched them last year, honestly. And I think some of us are like trying to speak more honestly to what our experience is. I think a lot of the initial like social media was a little bit of like smoke and mirrors. It was a little bit like there was a lot more persona, and like if you remember like early like 2012 like Instagram, there was a lot of like weird filters, and people were like a lot really, people were just fucking awkward and they were weird like on social media in the first like 10 years. But we finally like cycled through a lot of that not trauma, but a lot of that posturing and weirdness, and like people are like, this is what my face looks like without makeup, and they go to the gym and then they'll show the side of their stomach, and they'll be like, this is what I look like when I'm bloated or when I'm on my period. Like there's this whole like push now towards like authenticity, and it's kind of happening like globally. Like we're all like She says, right. We're all kind of like trying to show our true colors and coming to peace with the fact that a lot of us have really social jobs. Like I'm a preschool teacher. So I'm constantly like, literally, I have like a child. I have one child on this lap, one child on this lap, another child crying and running towards me, and they need something. And then I've got another one of my teachers coming towards me, and they got to ask me a question about something else, and then whatever. And it's just like constant. And then like their parents come in, and I got to talk to their parents about how the child's day went, or about how the child's health, and what we did today and stuff. So it's like constant inundated with like human beings, and that's like me for like 8 hours a day. And then I go home and I have no children. I just have my boyfriend. I have like 2 dogs, and we just go to the forest, and it's like I just cut off. And I just take my dogs after work every day, and we go to the forest for like 2 hours. Or I go to the gym, and then I go to the forest, and I just fucking cut it all off. And I don't like interact with a lot of other human beings. It's a lot. Yeah, it's a lot. Especially I imagine if you're like sitting at a desk at like a hospital, and there's people constantly, and then and then it's this interesting dynamic. If you're on social media and you're seeing like sort of people who have seemed to have like they've seemed to have like found like a lot of people like influencers, and they're on their own schedule. They don't have anybody who they're answering to. They're just in their own prism of their camera, and like they have their own time, their own money, their own skill set, or whatever they're presenting to their audience. And it's just that's just a small fraction though, like influencers and those types of people who don't have to clock in anywhere. They don't have to be in like a physical building for a certain number of hours a day. They just like the whole world is their oyster kind of thing. That we forget, but we see it like constantly on social media, like the people with like 1 million followers or like 500,000 followers, and they just are there in front of their camera just sharing something about themselves. Oh, this is a vape. Yeah, I'm addicted to vape. I'm addicted to nicotine. Yeah, it's just a small fraction of the population that doesn't have to actually physically show up somewhere. Most of us actually have to be at a physical location and show up, and we have to be surrounded by people, and we have to go through the whole hero's journey amongst other people. And I've gotten to this point where I'm tired of people who don't have to do that. Like I don't want to listen to music, because that person is out of touch. Whoever made that song is out of touch. They're just playing all day. Whoever is like on social media, who doesn't have to show up anywhere and be like around, like I've gotten to this phase where I'm just like cutting people off who don't deal with the struggle, because like they don't get it, or it's my own little journey, but I'm like, you don't get it. You're in a different time and place. Isn't that bad for you? Yeah, vapes are bad for you, but you know what? I'm a vegan and I work out like 5 days a week. And I used to be like a little bit of like a drug addict sort of. So the last things that I do, health freak. Yeah, I am a little bit of a health freak. Like I can deadlift more than most men. Like my squat is like 120 kilograms. I'm not worried about. The last thing I'm trying to quit vaping, but sort of a bad habit. But anyway, yeah, my squat is 120 kilograms. That was recorded this weekend. Yeah, I'm really strong. And like, I jog like 3 or 4 times a night or a week, sorry, about an hour. I'm mostly a raw vegan, so most of my diet is actually fruit. I drink tea all the time. I drink a lot of detox tea. I drink like a gallon of water a day. I do yoga like 5 times a week. Anyway, Brenda Ann. So I'm not that worried. Yeah, the last thing I do is kind of vape. And I'm also drinking beer as long as we have the health police on my tail. And I drink beer. I've been drinking it like every weekend for the past month, but I generally drink beer like once a month. Just curious, how much longer would Brenda Ann's reading is going to be for you? Oh, I don't know. We'll see. At least you are healthy. Yeah, I'm like pretty fucking healthy. I'm pretty healthy. I don't know a lot of people around me who are as healthy as I am. Anyway. Okay, Brenda, we're going to do your past, present, and future. Yeah, I'm really healthy. Okay. Past, Queen of Cups. Okay. Present, the Fool. Oh, it's like you're starting something new. Okay, in the past, you were maybe like a nurturer, or you were like a real, so maybe this kind of ties into what we're talking about, this like public persona that you're going through. In the past, you were like taking care of everybody. Queen of Cups. This is the Queen of Cups. This is like the ultra maternal, ultra matriarch, ultra like taking care of people, making sure everyone else feels good. But I'm getting this sense that in the present moment, this is a new beginning. The Fool doesn't mean you're a fool. The Fool represents like a new beginning. Like, I don't know what it is. It could be a new opportunity that's happening in your life, or just a new sense of self, or just a new self-concept that you're going through, where there's like this new opportunity maybe to move beyond just the mother of the world and to be your own person kind of thing. I don't know. But I'm getting the past. You were in your you were like maternal, nurturing, motherly, helping everything. Oh, you need this. Oh, I can help you with that. I can do this. I can do that. In this new in this present moment, you're there's like a new beginning or a new opportunity for you. I don't know what that is. I don't know what that could possibly be. And we're gonna do your future. Brenda Ann, future. Spirit, what is Brenda Ann's future? 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 Spirit. A new project. A new project, a new endeavor. Your future, like there's like some new project or new thing that you could be involved in. A new job. Could be a new job. It could be a new relationship, a new partnership. And your future has like some kind of new opportunity gifted to you from the universe. You see that cloud in the hand offering this wand? Like there's this new gift from the Almighty Creator in your future. have some fresh energy, like maybe you're feeling some buoyancy or some energy right now to get this new project going. But in the past, I'm getting a sense that you were like everybody's mother, or that you were like the mother of the, you were just like, yeah, you were in your kind of motherly energy, like helping people, making sure everyone feels good, making sure everyone has everything well taken care of. But this is like a juvenile young boy energy currently. You say LOL, true. And in your future, there's an opportunity for a new job, a new relationship. This card is generally talks about new beginnings of a new project, usually like a new project or a new career opportunity. But it could be love. It could be a lot of things. But there's like this opportunity in your future. So that's looking good. Spirit, what is the general energy of Brenda's health? Talking a little bit about health today. So what is the energy of Brenda's health? Nostalgia. Okay. That could mean a lot of things. Okay, what is the energy of Brenda's health? Energy of Brenda's health. Health, body, physical health. I'm talking about your physical health right now. What is the energy of Brenda's physical health? Brenda's physical health. Brenda's physical health. What is the energy of Brenda's physical health? Okay. Oh, the star. Okay. The star. Brenda body's physical health. Brenda's physical health. Oh, lies and trickery. Okay. Nostalgia. The star. So the first card I got is the card of nostalgia. So emotion, and this speaks to emotional. So this could be that you're in a cycle with your body that has like some past roots to it. So how you think your body should look like from when you were 20, or like you're caught up in the way your body is like transforming as you're like going into your 30s, 40s. You could be hung up on that, or you could be following the same, you were trying to keep up with yourself from the past in terms of your diet and health, or you feel a sense of loss and that you're do call out my name when you are done with Bren's man. Okay, I will try. So the card I got for your health is like, I got the nostalgia card, or it could be that you're keeping up with a diet and health regimen that you were doing in your 20s, and it's like you've just never changed, or you're eating and diet and health regimen from your 20s and like teens and 30s, like you've never changed it, or something about the way you're eating, or like there's comfort foods. It could be like your favorite comfort foods from when you were like a child or something like that is like a go-to for you. Like it's something like your mom made you like cottage shepherd's pie, and like you like when you're feeling really like emotionally distorted, like you'll reach out for like a shepherd's pie, or you'll go to like McDonald's, or do something that feels like homely or comfortable for you, or something about like the past is currently informing your current sense of health. Like, yeah, I don't know if that's stunting you or if that's actually helping you, but I did get the star, so I'm getting the sense of like robustness, like your body is fairly robust. Like, despite what happens or despite what you do, like your body seems to like keep going, and you don't actually maybe have so many problems with your health. And a lot of your sense of health is tied to things in the past, but you have a semi like sense of robustness in your health. Like maybe you've never had a really terrible health scare, or maybe the health scares that you've had have you've been able to overcome them, and that's good karma. Like that's like really good karma. But then I also got this card. So I got the Seven of Swords, and this speaks to like lies and trickery and deceit. So with your health, like, there might be an aspect where you're like deceiving yourself, or you're deceiving other people. This could be like putting on a lot of makeup, or like wearing Spanx, to hide your belly, or there's like some sort of like deception that's going on with like hiding your true health from other people. Or maybe like at work you only eat a small salad, and then you go home and you eat like a huge pizza. Or there's like a sense of deceit or self-deception. It could even be like or you know what I mean? Like there's like a sense of lying and trickery going on with your health. And I would need more context to understand what this could potentially be, but in the context of like health and diet for a woman, it's like like maybe you go through periods of binging and starving, or it could be a lot of things. But it's not like a really solid, grounded card when it comes to health, or it could be a lot of emotional. You said, I get it. Yeah. So, but despite all whatever that might be, you have like by the gifts of the gods, you have a robust health. Like you are gifted with like this is the star. Like you're gifted with like a generally healthy body, and that's a gift. And I would as a coach or as somebody who would be advising you, I would thank God for that. That your body has been fairly good despite whatever. And yeah, okay. You're saying anything on love. Okay. Do you currently have a relationship, or are you dating, or have you ever been married or in a partnership, or do you have children? Those are my questions. Are you currently in a relationship? Do you have children? And have you ever been married? I'm getting like you're eating like you like to eat comfort foods, like foods from when you were a kid, but you have like maybe a strong body, and you've always had a strong body, but never married, no kids, single. Okay. Spirit, what is the general energy for Brenda Ann? What should we ask? Is there somebody coming? What type of person is coming into Brenda Ann's life? What type of person is coming into Brenda Ann's life? What type of person is coming into Brenda Ann's life? Okay, what is Brenda Ann's pattern with relationships? Justice. I got justice. What is Brenda Ann's pattern with relationships? Justice. So I'm getting a sense of like maybe an imbalance in like who does what, like somebody's doing more for the other person than the other. So I'm getting a sense of justice, like this could even be like feminism, like a man expects you to do a bunch of shit for him while you're doing everything. Like maybe you've had a lot of like lazy partners. What is the pattern for Brenda Ann's relationships so far up until this point? What is the relation? What is spirit? What is the pattern of Brenda Ann's relationships? Spirit, what is the pattern for Brenda Ann's relationships? Spirit, what is the pattern for Brenda Ann's relationships? More clarification on justice. Spirit, what is the pattern for Brenda Ann's relationships? Spirit, what is the pattern for Brenda Ann's relationships? Spirit, what is the pattern for Brenda Ann's relationships? Spirit. Spirit, what is the pattern for Brenda Ann's relationships? Okay. Spirit, what is the pattern for Brenda Ann's relationships? Ann's relationships. Okay. I'm getting a sense. I'm getting a justice card, and the first thing that comes to me is like, whatever your relationship with your father or mother, maybe through your relationships, you're hoping that your partner will be the father or be the mother that you never had, and it just doesn't seem to add up to that. I'm getting the 3 of wands. So I'm getting that things like in your relationships, maybe they get to a certain point where they seem like they're going to go somewhere. And then I'm getting the 5 of swords in reverse, and I'm getting a sense of like confusion or conflict, or like things get started, or they get like they're about to get into the nitty-gritty of something, and then they just kind of like die. And like a lot of these relationships, they seem like they're going somewhere, but then they just like stop. So things never really have like things have been like with your relationships. Like they kind of like maybe they ramp up really quick. Maybe they get too heavy too fast, or they in your past relationships, I'm getting a sense that there's like some momentum, but then it just dies. And maybe you guys never have those hard conversations, or you're never able to get over the rough patch. Maybe it hits a point of conflict, and then you guys just break up, and you've never been able to like move past the hard part, and rebuilding and having those hard conversations and going through some conflict or like a hard period, and then rebuilding and like having like those long-term relationships. Like maybe it's been like a lot of start and stop. Maybe you've had a series of like short relationships or something. I'm getting a sense that they're just these like short relationships, and like with the Justice card, I'm getting a sense that maybe your boundaries are crossed a lot of the time, or you've had your boundaries crossed, or there's something like unsettling about a lot of the relationships that you've had, where like you've just felt like offended by the partners that you've had, like they haven't respected you, they haven't honored you, or they haven't like, there's been a sense of injustice or something in some of your past relationships, and you're saying yes. But anyways, Justice was the first card to come out, so I'm getting this like sense that like, I don't know, like it's been like almost offensive, like the process of dating other human beings has been almost like hurting your soul in a way, and that hurts me to hear that. I actually haven't had that personally. I've always had people who have respected me, and I've never felt my boundaries being crossed very much, or I've never used my partners as like a stand-in for like my mother or father. Like, you know, like using my partner as like, you know, you're gonna be the daddy that I never had or something, or or like you're not treating me the way my daddy used to treat me, or I don't know what it could possibly be. It could be an array of things, but the Justice came out. So we'll ask, what is Brenda Ann's love life looking like for the future? I'm gonna have a drink of beer. What is Brenda Ann's love life looking like for the future? And I'll just say it's hard. You said you're 46. It is quite hard to date at 46. Because the expectations are a little bit different. It's not like, you know, the sexual urges are not as strong. They're more nostalgic. It's more like just looking for companionship and looking for like fidelity and looking for like, it's definitely different. It's a different animal than dating in your like late teens, early 20s. Like dating at 46 is like a whole different beast. And I feel for you as a single woman at 46 that can be really difficult. And you know, there's a lot of, and I'll just say this, there's a lot of women that are kind of like going their own way, like women going their own way, that are not needing relationships, and that are just building community and friends and different types of relationships that are like platonic relationships, the circle of platonic, a really strong group of platonic relationships, and finding fulfillment through that. So I would you know, relationships, I don't know. Okay, so what is Brenda Ann's love life looking like in the future? Brenda Ann's love life looking like in the future. Spirit, what is Brenda Ann's love life looking like for the future? Oh, it's looking a bit confusing. Like you don't know who to choose, or you're on the apps, or you're like, do I meet you at the bar? Or I'm getting, this is the card of like so many, you see how these are all these cups with all these, like there's a cup with a head, with a busk, a snake, a castle, some jewelry, a wreath. And what is that, like a dragon? This is like the card of like, I don't know what this, and this is in the suit, and it's the suit of love and relationships. So the cups is a suit of, so you're like, I don't know who to choose or where to go or what to do. So I'm getting a sense that you're a little bit like overwhelmed, or not knowing how or where to like find a man or a woman or whatever it is you're looking for. So I'm getting initially when you approach a new relationship, you're like, do I like get on Tinder or Bumble or Hinge or Raya, or do I go out to the bar, or am I supposed to like dress up, put on some makeup, and like go to a show, or like do I meet my coworkers, or is it somebody at work, or is it like how am I supposed to do that? It's like, or that all these men are appearing, or maybe there's opportunities and they're like he's married but he's like flirting with me, or like there's just like this like sense of confusion initially with it. How long have you been doing tarot readings for, says Tanisha? I've been doing tarot reading. I've been reading tarot for like 12 years. I've been reading tarot for a long time, Tanisha. Okay, what is the energy for Brenda Ann in her love life? Oh, beggar. I don't know if you're the beggar or if the person you're looking for is the beggar, but there's a sense that you are, maybe you're the beggar, or you're in the position of giving to somebody who's the beggar. Like maybe you're like giving opportunities to men that are way below you, or maybe men that are way below you are giving, or above you are giving. There's like a imbalance in like somebody is the beggar and somebody is like the homeless person, and like maybe it's you giving opportunities to men who don't even deserve to have a conversation with you, or maybe men that are way above you are giving you an opportunity. You know what I mean? Like maybe men that are really rich, like taking you out on dates or something, or you giving men below you. Like there's a sense that, or maybe it's a sense that you're like wasting your time or wasting your resources on these men. Like you're giving them an opportunity, like going on dates with men that just end up wasting your time, and you end up paying for the bill or something, or it's like a charity. Like yeah. Okay. Does that make sense, Brenda? What's the general energy of, or maybe you're like going on the apps and you're like, okay, I could give this person some time, but like fucking, I know that I'm way above that person. Like, you know that you giving your time and energy and love to this person would be like lowering yourself. Like you would have to really lower yourself to like be with this person. It's like you're giving to a beggar. Does that make sense? Okay, what is the energy of Brenda approaching love? So that's just something to look out for. Like, be aware if you're above somebody, don't give them the time of day. You said you. Yeah, like, okay, what is the energy of, or maybe it could even be you begging for a man's attention. I don't know. I don't do that, but I don't date a lot. Maybe you're like in a way begging for a man. Maybe you're looking at like how to be sexy, and I'm getting a sense of conflict. This project, this like seems like conflict, like it would conflict with your life in a way. Maybe you have like a stable sense of peace going on in your house and in your life or whatever, and then like dating is kind of just like throwing a monkey wrench in the middle of everything. I'm getting a sense of like upheaval. I've been here for 45 minutes. I'm getting a sense of like conflict or upheaval. To know, I would have a detailed read too. Tanisha, chill. Sorry, this girl Tanisha is like asking for her. Well, thanks for sticking around, Tanisha. But yeah, I do tend to read for a long time. I just talk a lot. Conflict. Let's see how these guys are battling. I don't know if this could speak to like an inner battle with yourself. Like, am I good? I don't know. Maybe you're like questioning, am I good enough? Am I beautiful enough? Am I strong enough? Am I as like witty and charming as I used to be? Or am I as like, or there's like there's a sense of conflict as you're approaching this. You're saying you don't date a lot. I'm really getting a sense that it's like it's an inner conflict. I think you're a little bit conflicted. Like, I don't feel like, when you're 18 and you're putting your makeup on and you're getting ready to go out on to a date and you're playing like Madonna, like on your Spotify or on your record player, and you're like, like, girls just want to have fun. Oh, and there's like no conflict there at all. You're just like an 18-year-old girl. You're putting on your push-up bra. You're like getting ready to go out. And then you waltz out the door, and then you go on your like date, and you hop in the guy's convertible, and you let your hair out, and you're like, woohoo, and you're like doing all this shit. There's no conflict. It's just like this smooth journey, and you're just like on the journey of love and like finding love. I'm getting like you like standing in the mirror, 46 years old, Montana, just got off a shift, 8-hour shift. You're like standing in the mirror, you're like putting on the eyeliner and the lipstick and like putting on your face, and so then you stand there and you see the crow's feet, and you look at your waist and there's a little bit of pudginess or something, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna fucking make this man love me, like, I'm going not that, but you're like, you don't seem that needy to me, but you're like, is this gonna be the guy? Is this gonna be the guy that or I'm just a little bit, I know I've been through a lot in life, and just have this meet this guy, and it's gonna be what it's gonna be, and I'm gonna put on my best face, and I'm gonna like, go out there and like put on my purse and get my, my cute little shirt, and hoping for the, it's got like a different energy to it when you're like in your 40s, 50s. There's a total different like energy going on. You're pretty much past the age of like having children almost, or nearly, or already are. So there's just this different energy. So there's a sense of conflict and like inner conflict. And not to say that people at whatever age, and I'm a feminist. Like, I'm like any age, any stage, any fucking face. I'm the ultimate feminist. I'm like a witch. I'm like an old weird witch. I'm like, oh, we should all, I'm like that. I'm like, men should fucking bow down to us, kind of thing. That's my vibe. And if you don't like my crow's feet, you can suck my dick, kind of thing. That's like my belief system. But these men these days, they're not all that like, it's hard. It's really hard to find a good man. And you would be looking at a man in his 40s, 50s, 60s, like a man who knows himself, who's got his career in life. He might have had a couple past relationships, or he might already have some children, some grown children. His children might already be in their 20s or something. You know what I mean? And he's self-assured, and he's not looking for some 19-year-old OnlyFans model. Like, he's a man who is looking for a mature woman. And I really, in this moment, I'm like, empathizing with you if I was going through that, or God forbid, if something was to ever happen to my partner. God, I know I would be single for the rest of my 30s. And then maybe in my 40s, I would start trying to date again and doing that kind of thing. And then I know it's like slim pickings after a certain age. And so it's unfortunately at a certain age, and in like America, where things are so vain and men are so terrible. Yeah, it's just like, it's a little confusing. Where do I go? What do I do? Where is he? What do I do? And in the fucking few men that I find, I'm like, am I just like, is it like I'm handing out money to like a homeless person? Is it like I'm giving my time to like this beggar of a person or something? Like some 48-year-old nerd who never got married, who's like living in his mom's basement, who's like on the apps or something, and he's like the only person willing to go on a date with me or something, and he goes on a date with me, and like it's like trying to keep the conversation going is like nails on a chalkboard, or is like pulling teeth kind of thing, and like I'm like, God, I'm so above this, like and then yeah, I'm just getting a sense of like just a conflict, or maybe like conflict with the men themselves. Maybe they have certain ideas or inner conflict, and so I'm not getting a really easy sense when you come to approaching love. Yeah, I'm just not getting a really easy sense of, but let's say I want to be optimistic for you and like give you some hope, obviously. So I'm gonna ask, what's the type of person that Brenda Ann needs in her life, so that you can at least have a target, so you know what to kind of look for. What's the type of person that Brenda Ann needs in her life? It's so hard dating. Really, at any age, it's hard to date, but it's especially hard. I got the Queen of Swords. So I got some, like, I don't know if you're into men, but I'm assuming you're into men. But you could even be into women. Like, it could be a woman. Queen of Swords. A woman who's good at talking, or a man who's in touch with his feelings and is, like, really communicative. So I'm getting, like, a really communicative feminine energy, like just a man or a woman who's like in touch with their feelings, but also like really communicative. So maybe that's something you're looking for, is like a really good communicator. So looking for men who are not just like, you'll know in the first date if they're just sitting there across from you while you're eating your food at the restaurant, and they're just kind of sitting there, and their mouth is barely moving kind of thing, and they're just nodding and grunting. Like, cut it off. Like, you need someone who's like making eye contact and nodding their head and like communicating. Like, I think that would be obviously something that you need. You need a communicator, and also someone in touch a little bit with their feminine side. So, and this is looking very modern. Okay, what type of person? This is a sign from my spirits. Letting go, transition, letting go. Maybe you're letting go of a past relationship, or your past expectations. Maybe you need to like let go of what you think you need, or like someone who's like outside the paradigm of what you expect. So this is like, what do you need? And it's asking you to let go. So I'm getting a sense that you need to let go of some expectations that you have of what your partner needs to be or look like, and transition into this new phase, or maybe understanding the state of dating in your late 40s. Like, what does that actually look like? This is like a man who may have gone through a lot of shit, or a woman who's gone through a lot of shit, whatever you're into. we're in this new phase of life. Like these people that we're dating in our late 40s, I'm just trying to picture it, is like they may have gone through a lot of things, or they may be involved in a lot of different things, and they may appear maybe a man who's like completely balding, and he's got a big beer belly, or it could be a man who's like he was an alcoholic, or or it could be like man or woman or something, and they've gone through a lot of stuff. So we're letting go of our expectations of love and dating that we had when we were in our 20s, 30s, early 40s. Like, even it's like these people are matured, they've gone through a lot of stuff. So what does it actually look like to date in your late 40s? It's different. It's a totally different beast. They might have had 3 marriages, or I'm getting, the type of person you're looking for, or maybe the type of person you're looking for is someone who's transitioned through quite a few phases. Maybe you need somebody who's actually been through quite a lot in life, and they have a lot to say about all that they've gone through. Someone who's been through a lot, and I'm not getting a young juvenile energy from this. I'm getting this kind of like transitioning like I'm getting I'm getting like a person who's been through something. Okay, so what energy, we're gonna ask one more time, what energy type of person does Brenda Ann need in her life? Love. Spirit, what type of energy does Brenda Ann need in her life? Brenda Ann, Spirit, what type of energy does she need in her life? Spirit. Abundance, and actually not a beggar. I got abundance and not a beggar. Okay. What type of energy does Spirit does Brenda Ann need in her life? Spirit, what type of energy does Brenda Ann need in her life? Spirit, what type of energy does Brenda Ann need in her life? Okay. I'm getting the 4 of Cups, which is the Lord of Blended Pleasure. So I'm getting someone who is a little bit neutral, like someone who's not so fiery or passionate. I'm getting this sense that the person you're looking for is like even-keeled. Yeah, like they've gone through some stuff. A good speaker, a good talker. They've gone through many different things, or and they are mature. Like, life has offered them many cups. Life has offered them 1, 2, 3 cups. Like maybe they've had 1, 2, 3 long-term relationships, and you are the 4th relationship in their life that's presenting to them, and they're taking you on as this, new opportunity. They're not too excited. They're not too not excited. They're just kind of like embracing you as a potentiality. You know what I mean? Like, so you don't want these like puppy dog people who are like, yes, 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 yes. You go on a date with them and they're like, yes, yes, yes. And they're like, You want someone who's a little bit like, maybe they are holding their cards close to their chest type of thing. If you know what I mean. I'm getting a sense of like a reserved person, a reserved person who's gone through many things, or has had a whole life to live, like a mature human being who is also a good communicator and in touch with their feminine side. So that's a lot to ask out of a person. Yeah. But I'm not getting a sense that the person that you're looking for is super outgoing or juvenile, or I'm getting a sense of a reserved person, a person who's like matured and gone through a little bit, and they're not easily pleased. it's like it takes a lot to like please them. So you really have to pull out like your best stories, or you have to tell your best jokes around them to even get them to like ha 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 crack a joke. And then they, they're just like not like a Don Draper, but like kind of like this like madman, like kind of like a man who's like a little bit composed, or like a mature man who's composed, and but also is like empathetic, like has like an empathetic side to them. You don't want like a really manly man. You need someone who's like a little bit more on the feminine side. Yeah, I can sort of picture what this man is. Personally, I can picture this type of person. Does this make sense to you, Brenda? You are so blessed and lucky for a reader to do readings for you on her own and taking her time. God bless you. Oh, that's really sweet, Brenda or Tanisha. Yeah, I'm just like really practicing my tarot. I do take a long time with people because I want to give the best readings that I can possibly give. And I do actually, I hear spirit. She says yes. Okay, awesome. So I'm getting this like just mature man, but he's also like, I got the Queen of Swords. So I'm getting a sense, and that was the first card, and I haven't got any other suits relating to gender. And the only gender suit that I got in relation to the type of love relationship that you should be in is a queen. So I'm getting a sense that it's someone who's in touch with their feminine side, if not a female. And looking at, if you are in any way bisexual, I would look into feminine energy, but like reserved feminine energy. This is somebody who's reserved. You see this person sitting by a tree, and there's this offering from the gods, like, this offering from almighty creation coming out of the clouds. And he's just sitting there, not taking it, not taking it. Brenda and Year of the Monkey. This is a person who's triggered, like they see this raft. This raft is going like on the great river of time, the great river of life, and taking with them he's taking with him a woman and a child. He's taking with him everything he's learned and everything he's gathered and accumulated, and he's going on this journey. So this is someone who's been on this journey of life and taken with him all their knowledge, all his knowledge and understandings, and he's like gone on this trip, and he's learned to let go and transition and move through life. And someone who's learned about like what it means to like go through a life. This isn't like The Fool. This isn't like Sun or any other kind of like like a page of swords or wands or something. This is a card of someone who's like been through something and is going through something, or who's been through some like life experience and has gained like some wisdom and can carry some lessons. These people on the raft with him, lessons on that journey of life. So just looking out for those men who are like carriers, or women who are carriers of wisdom. People who are not too, I'm getting a sense that the type of person you need is just a little bit like, they don't wear their heart on their sleeve. They're just kind of they're a little bit more reserved, actually. Does that make sense? Are you into people who are a little more reserved? People who are a little bit more reasonable, or there's so many different types of people in this life, and so many different types of people to be in relationships with. Some people wear their heart on their sleeves. Some people hold their cards close to their chest. Some people are a little bit of mix of both. Some people haven't been through a lot of things, or life has kind of like been a series of I am a mix of both. You said I am a mix of both. Yeah. So maybe I'm getting this person that needs to come into your life is a little like reserved, and maybe you are the inner you're the and despite the fact that you're a mix, like you are the more outgoing feature in this relationship. That was awesome. You said that was awesome. Thank you very much. The heart on sleeve and guarded. You're the heart on sleeve and guarded. Yeah. I'm getting that you need someone who is actually a little like kind of guarded and has gone through some stuff, but they're a very good speaker. It's like when they speak, that's when the magic happens. It's in those like conversations at home, like when you guys are like laying in bed, like it's dark, the lights are off, and you guys are cuddled in your pajamas, like laying together, and like that's when those conversations that like change your life happen. It's like a person who like reserves themselves just for you. Or like, you know, when you guys come together, that's when like the magic happens. Shiva answers feelings for me. Oh, okay. So now Tanisha wants that. Okay. Brenda Ann, did you have any more questions? And Tanisha, I will get to you in a second. Did Brenda Ann leave? I'm here. Okay, cool. Do you have any more questions? Spirit, what does Brenda Ann not see coming? Spirit, what does Brenda Ann not see coming? Spirit, what does Brenda Ann not see coming? The sun. The sun. I feel like there's some like bright, shiny event. This could be related to your relationships that we were just talking about. But I feel like good things are to come. I feel like you don't see the good things that are to come. You don't see that in the next few months are going to be awesome. You are maybe in a pessimistic period of your life right now where you are confused and you don't know what's going on, but you don't see, maybe you don't see the good side of life. Maybe you don't account for the blessings in your life, like a stable job, like robust health. Like I'm getting that you have like a naturally healthy body. Like maybe you don't count the blessings in your life. And in that case, I would start to see, this is Palo Santo. And actually, let's like burn some Palo Santo right now. Ah, where's my lighter? Oh, let's go find a lighter. Okay, maybe we won't burn some Palo Santo. Okay, but every night before bed, I burn some Palo Santo on an everyday night. And I go over my whole house and I do crosses. And I bless my bed. I bless my yoga mat. I bless my tarot cards. And then I bless my body. And then I bless my entire room. And then I bless the hallway. And then I bless... And I bless the four corners of every doorway, and I bless like everything. I bless the entire house, and I bless my dogs. I bless my boyfriend. Then I stand there and I bless everybody in my life, my best friends, my mother, my father, my aunties, my uncles, my cousins, and I do that, and I say a prayer of blessing for like my entire family. That's like a practice that I've been doing for 6 months, and it has been a game changer. And when it's really fucking serious, when I'm going through a real hard time, that's when I pull out the sage. So Palo Santo is your everyday guy. And then when it's like really fucking serious, that's when I pull out the sage. And I do, that's when I need some like healing. That's when like things are a little bit shaky, as I pull out the sage and I do the same blessings. And I really, so maybe you need to be like a little bit more grateful. What you don't see is like the blessings that you already do have, or the blessings that are to come. So something about you is not seeing that. So I'm getting a sense that Spirit wants you to acknowledge that there are good things to come and that you already have a lot of good things going for you. And that you are already perfectly beautiful as you are. Hi, like 3 PJ's current energy? Like 3 PJ's. What's your name? Vinita? Vinita, I am gonna read for my friend Tanisha, and then I can read for you if you're willing to wait a little bit. Okay, Spirit, what else does Brenda Ann not see coming? What else does Brenda Ann not see coming in her future? We'll ask that. What else does Brenda Ann not see coming in her future? What else does Brenda Ann not see coming in her future? What else does Brenda Ann not see coming in her future? So good things to come, good things that are already going on for you. What else does Brenda Ann not see coming in her future? Ooh, I got the High Priestess. You don't see the fact that you're going to know exactly what to do in the moment. You don't trust yourself. You don't know yet that you will know what to do. You don't know that you're going to be like intuitive. You're going to be the queen of your own reality in the future. Like you are going to know exactly what to do. You're going to be like the great witch. You're going to be the great witch with her wand. You're going to know exactly what to do. You don't see the fact that you are going to be like the manifester, the creator of your own reality. You don't see the fact that you already know what you're going to, you can trust yourself. I'm getting a sense that you can like actually trust yourself, and you can trust yourself to know what to do in the moment, that you're going to make the right decisions and you're going to follow your own gut and intuition in the future. And it's looking sunny and optimistic. So that's awesome. I got the High Priestess here. This is what you don't see coming. You're going to be in your High Priestess energy. That's looking really optimistic. I'm getting the feeling that you have a strong intuition, and if you just follow that, I feel like the coming months are going to be pretty smooth for you. And there's like some opportunity. There's like some light going on in the future, or in this High Priestess energy. Like I was just talking about doing some blessings, and you were talking about your transcendental energy, like maybe getting more into like your witchcraft, your blessing, your like prayers, meditation, yoga, spirituality. Maybe this is going to be a big theme in your life in the coming months, or maybe it could be, and that would be a really good blessing for your life, is getting in touch with your own spirit guides and your own like sense of spirit, or like intuition, or tapping into like your feelings, or doing some journaling, meditation, like a dream journal. If I was going to recommend anything to you, it would be like every morning when you wake up, write down your dreams, just in your notes app. It could be in your notes app, or it could be physically writing down your dreams. If you do that every day for like 30 days, you'll start remembering more and more dreams. And then you can start dropping into the dream realm, which is like a whole like 8 hours of your life every night. It's like a whole fucking, you can like, I use my dream life to the utmost. Like I remember almost most of my dreams just because I record them every morning. I'm like a lucid dreamer. I'm an astral projector. I do that every night. And yeah, I can ask spirit guides for advice every fucking night. And I get advice every night. I can control most of my dreams. And that's a skill that I've been working on for the past like 10 years. Maybe you're stepping into your witchcraft this year. You don't see this coming. You're going to step into your witchcraft. You're going to step into your intuition. You're going to step into your gut feelings. And yeah, men will just, and the men and the women or whatever you're into, like that, who cares? Like they'll come, they'll go. When you're the beautiful witch on the hilltop, like it's like men come, men go. I am in my witchcraft. I'm in touch with spirit. You know, if anyone wants to be in a relationship with me, they can, they can't. I don't care. People come, people go. I have my spirit team. I know what's going to happen after I die. I know what's going to happen when I die. I can talk to the dead. I can talk to my spirit team. Ha 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 ha. And then like men, women come into your life and they want a little piece of you. They want to have a little sex with you. And it's just ha 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 ha. Oh, you're going to be my little boyfriend. You're going to be my little girlfriend. Oh, really, really, really? Prove it to me. Prove it to me. And it's like you're in this position where it's like these people are begging, you know what I mean? Begging for some of your attention. And you're the high priestess on the hill. Like, oh, here's some bread and some money, my dear. But you have to really step into your power to be in that position. And you have to really focus on your spiritual path. And then people come in and you might grant them or you might bless them with some of your energy or you might bless them with some of your good graces. But I mean, when you're totally spiritually self-fulfilled, it's like almost like a monk. You know, a monk is someone who's celibate. When you're at that state, like I'm kind of at that state, and it speaks. My boyfriend is almost at that state where we're like really spiritually fulfilled, to the point where we actually sleep in separate beds. We practice our own solitary witchcraft apart from each other. And like, yeah, we have sex and stuff like that, but it almost feels like when we have sex, it's like really powerful. And then we just move away from each other. I don't know. There's these periods where we're together and it's really strong, and then we just move away from each other. And like if we were to break up with each other, both of us, like anyone who comes into our sphere, it's just like you have to prove yourself to me. I've already touched God. I've already got it. I've already been everything. I've already had amazing experience. I've already done it. I've already self-fulfilled. Like I've already touched greatness. I already know what it's like to go through something really difficult. Like I already know what it's like to go on the hero's journey and fall. I know what it's like to fall. I know what it's like to die. I know what it's like to rebuild myself from scratch. I know what it's like. I've been all things. I've touched the holy mountain. I've ascended the hills. Like, you want to be in a relationship with me? Oh, really? What have you done? What have you got to prove? Brenda Anna Sawyer. Hi sis, I think I cursed my ex-boyfriend. Oh my god. Okay, no issues, I'll wait. Okay. Yeah, that's good that you have that sense of self. Yeah. Yeah, and that's just going through a lot of personal trials, tribulations. Can I just ask really quick, can you summarize who Rob is as a person? But he's my ex, and I think you picked up on him. Okay. Spirit, what is the general energy of Rob? Getting a sense that there's a lot of somebody's waiting for somebody. Like maybe you're waiting for him. You see this guy kind of waiting here, like accumulated all these experiences and just holding on to his staff and waiting for him to make a move. Like maybe you're waiting for him to make a move. You're waiting for him to text you. You're waiting for him to like be the man that he never could have been or should have been. Trent, yeah, you can get a reading. I'm getting a sense that somebody's waiting for somebody to prove themselves, or what is Rob? Spirit, what is the general energy of Rob for Brenda Ann? Spirit, what is the general energy of Rob for Brenda Ann? Spirit, what is the general energy of Rob for Brenda Ann? Spirit, what is the general energy of Rob for Brenda Ann? I'm getting the Chariot. Okay, clarification. Spirit, what is the general energy of Rob? 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 I'm open to anything. Spirit, what is the general energy of Rob? Ooh, okay. Heartbreak. He's the one that broke your heart. Getting that he gave you a sense of momentum. There was a sense of like a direction that this relationship was going in. The Chariot, there was like a sense that we're going to be something, we're going to do something, like, but it's false promises. It ended up in heartbreak. It ended up in ruin. It ended up in a lot of like waiting around for him to change, for him to be something, for him to step up. You know, you've gone through so much together. I'm getting a sense. This is what is this, a 9 of Wands? I'm getting a sense that you guys went through a lot together, and there was a lot of like waiting around for something to come out of this, and it just ends in like ruin, or it starts and it stops. It's like it's waiting for something, and then it just ends in heartbreak. Or maybe there was even a third party involved. Cheating. This speaks to cheating. This speaks to like looking at other women's profiles, or like looking around, or like this is 3 swords, so this is like there's a third party involved. But this is ultimately the card of heartbreak. That maybe this is the guy that broke your heart. So that's what I'm getting for Rob. I'm getting there was like a lot of momentum. There was a lot of like, this is going to go somewhere. Maybe you guys both had a lot of energy behind the relationship. Does that make sense to you, Brenda? Okay, now I have 5 people watching. Thanks. Brenda says thanks. Okay, cool. All right, Brenda, I'm going to move on to Tanisha now, because Tanisha has been waiting the longest, and I'm a fair person. I now have like 5 people watching. How absurd. I went from like going on this live like 5 times today and getting nobody, into now I have like 5 people who are flooding my comments with questions. Tanisha, haha, I have waited for 84 minutes. Tanisha, Jesus Christ. Okay, I better give you a good reading then. And I'm getting a bit tired. Tanisha, I'm going to go get a cheeky cigarette. I know you actually, and I don't forget things, you know, an elephant never forgets. You were fucking player hating on me for smoking a cigarette earlier. But I feel like I need a cheeky cigarette in order to like will myself into, because how many readings do I have to do? 5 people? Do I have to do 5 readings tonight? I know you don't hate me. I'm just okay, I won't put that away. I'm gonna do oracle cards for you. I'm gonna go grab a cigarette. I just posted a question. Sorry, I'm patient. I appreciate you, beautiful. Oh, thank you, Trent. Thank you, Trent. I have some respectful people online today. You know, I'm feeling respectful. I'm respectful of myself today, and I'm getting some like respectful, cool people on my chat, which is really cool. Because when I'm feeling a little bit weird, I get like weird people on my freaking chat. Cool. I'll be right back. I'm gonna get a cigarette. I got my cheeky cigarette. And I got an Sinha. Shivam Raj Sinha, feelings for me. We are exes and currently in no contact, and he blocked me from some places. Okay, I remember you saying that. And Tanisha, thank you for waiting so long. So right off the bat, when somebody blocks you, not a good sign, obviously. You know, there's some baggage there. There's some like there's some mixed feelings, mixed emotions, mixed but we'll dig a little deeper into what that is and what that's about. And you mentioned that you're 18 years old. Tanisha, where do you live? And am I saying your name right, Tanisha, or am I pronouncing it correctly? Valencia, you would need to wait for me to finish with Tanisha's reading, and I'm not sure if I'll even... You're in India. Okay. Yes. And you're 18. Okay. Yeah, a little bit of Montana, a little bit of India tonight. And yes, you are pronouncing it correctly. Tanisha. Okay. Tanisha and India. And somebody's blocked you, and but he hasn't, or he or she hasn't blocked you on all platforms. And their name is Shivam Raj. And like I said, I'm like a raw vegan. I eat basically raw fruit and veg. So I'm smoking one of my boyfriend's cigarettes tonight. And I do a lot of yoga. I do a lot of working out. My squat is 120, baby. It's heavy. 2:22 p.m. on my clock. Oh, I saw 2:22 earlier. 2:22 p.m. today. Cool. Mine too, Vinita. Oh, cool. Are you guys both from India? You must be in the same time zone. All right. What is good? Shivam Raj and Tanisha. Shivam Raj and Tanisha. Shivam Raj and Tanisha. Shivam Raj and Tanisha. Yeah, I suppose we are. Mine too. Okay. Shivam Raj and Tanisha. For Shivam Raj and Tanisha. My clock says 8:53. That can't be right. Yeah, 8:53. Yes, namaste from India. Okay. Namaste. Your nails are pretty. Thank you. I got them silver for Cancer season. Although if you're in India, you would be looking at sidereal astrology. So it would either be Gemini season or Leo season, depending on if you were into Vedic astrology. In tropical, like Western astrology, it's Cancer season. So Cancer is ruled by the moon, and the moon is silver. And that's why I got silver nails for Cancer season. Okay. Energy between Shivam and Tanisha. Action. Energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha. Shivam Raj and Tanisha. Shivam Raj and Tanisha. Energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha. Spirit. Energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha. Energy between Shivam Raj. Raj and Tanisha. Shivam Raj and Tanisha. Energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha. Spirit. Energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha. Energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha. Tanisha. Spirit, Tanisha, discretion, action, and discretion. Okay, I'll play with these two cards. So I'm getting action and discretion. So discretion is like when you action and discretion. When there's like discretion, there's like a sense that you need to hold yourself back. It could speak to the blocking. There's a sense of action. There's some channels between the two of you that are active action. So I'm getting there's a sense of action or action within this relationship. There's a sense of momentum or give and take within the relationship. But there's also a sense of discretion where the other person is like holding back, or either one of you is like holding back, not saying what they feel, afraid to say what they feel. Discretion, you're being careful with your words, being careful. You don't want to trigger the other person. You don't want to say the wrong thing. He doesn't want to say the wrong thing. You don't want to say the wrong thing to set off the other person or to make them block you on everything. So you're trying to be really careful so that you don't make them block you altogether. So you're being like careful. Like there's some discretion between the two of you. Like you guys are in this tender place where you don't want to hurt each other's feelings, or because things have already been broken so bad that you don't want to say anything further that would like really like ruin the whatever's left of this relationship. Because this relationship, if there's already blocking going on, it's already kind of like on the rocks. So there's like some discretion where it's like you're like, I'm gonna try to play it safe, or he's gonna try to play it safe so that we don't ruin this any further. Does that make sense? He wants to take action and he's holding back his feelings and holding back on contacting me. It's Gemini and Vedic. Oh, is it Gemini and Vedic? They don't exactly go hand in hand. She's talking Vedic. Anita, that's Western astrology. It makes sense. Yeah, Gemini. It makes sense. Yeah. So I'm getting a sense of discretion and action. So it's like there's this tug of war between like action, like saying something like, hi, I'm alive, I'm here, I feel you, I love you, and like discretion, like I don't love you. I never mind. I wasn't thinking about you, or I'm just not going to even say anything. I'm just going to go. You know what? I'm going to go a week, and I'm not going to say anything. And maybe he'll message me, and that'll be it. He'll message. I'm gonna wait for him to message me first, or there's like this like tug of war between action and holding back. So that's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from your relationship. It's a really stop and go type of, or a stop and go type of relationship going on right now. Like 3 pieces current energy. Vanita, you need to wait, and then I will probably I'm sorry, but I've been reading now for 2 hours, so I'll probably do like a quick like past, present, future, and then I just gotta get out of here. But yeah, that's the initial energy. So like a stop and go, action and discretion. So okay, I'm not gonna ask these cards. I don't want to know about those cards. I'm just gonna ask the Rider-Waite. Rider-Waite. Tanisha. Okay. All right. All right, Spirit. What is the past energy between Tanisha and Shivam Raj? Spirit, what is the past relationship between, what is the past energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha? What is the past energy? Okay. I'm getting a sense that you guys were working together. You guys used to work closely together. Maybe you guys were working on a project together. What is the energy of the current relationship between Shivam Raj and Tanisha? What is the current energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha? Spirit. Spirit, what is the current energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha? Spirit, what is the current energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha? Spirit, what is the current energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha? Okay, abundance. Spirit, what is the future energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha? Spirit, what is the future energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha? Spirit, what is the future energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha? Spirit, what is the future energy between Shivam Raj and Tanisha? Ace of Cups. Okay. I'm getting that you guys used to be in a sense of like working together. Like you guys used to be in like a closer relationship together where you guys are like working on your relationship. Maybe you were working closely, like sharing finances, or there was a lot more like sharing, like he would pay for the bill, half the bill, you would pay for the other half of the, you guys would like share finances, or you guys would work on things together. Like there was a sense of like you guys both putting your minds together and working on manifesting something together. I'm getting a sense that you guys used to work together. I'm currently getting a sense of abundance. So despite this like blocking or separation from one another, I'm getting a sense of like abundance. And this could be speaking to the fact that maybe you have more money, he has more money, he has more, like maybe you guys are happier without each other, or whatever this strange scenario that you guys are in. There's like a sense of abundance about it, and I'm not sure where that is coming from. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me right now. We can clarify why that is the case, but there's a sense of abundance going on between the two of you, and it could be that you guys are separately happier without each other. It could be that something about this separation, like they say that separation makes the heart grow stronger. That's a saying in America, is that when you're further apart from somebody, it makes you long for them more. Like when somebody isn't always in your life and they're like far away, or they move away, or they're somehow separated from you, it makes you want them more. So there could be a sense of like longing for this person that is making the relationship seem more strong, or like just wanting them more, like they're not around you as much as they used to be and you want them more. You say, we used to study together and prepare for our competitive exam. Okay, yeah, I get the sense that you guys used to like work on something together. Could you also do what kind of connection is between me and Shivam? Yeah, we were working on the relationship and we were studying together and making our life together. Not the happy thing. We aren't happier without each other, like that for sure. I know that for sure. Okay. I'm getting there's a sense of abundance currently. Maybe it's something that you don't realize or something, but in the future, I got a sense of starting over or a new opportunity for love. And this could be a new opportunity for love. I gotta plug this in. Hold on. It could be starting over. You guys could start over. You guys could have a fresh start. Or you guys could each of you find love elsewhere. And you ask, could you do what kind of connection is between me and Shivam? Okay, I will ask that. Spirit, what is the nature of the connection between Shivam and Tanisha? Spirit, what energy represents the connection between Shivam and Tanisha? Spirit, what type of energy represents the relationship between Shivam and Tanisha? Shivam and Tanisha. Shivam and Tanisha. Okay. I'm getting a lot of loss. I'm getting heartbreak, like nightmares, like bad memories, a lot of mental anguish, a lot of like thoughts and like things shoulda, coulda, woulda been, right? I'm getting that both you are, the energy between you is a little bit shattered. It's a little bit strained. It's a little bit mentally cloudy. Like there's just so many memories or what it could have been, or it's like the current energy between you guys is like strained and it's like not very positive. So this is the current energy going on between you guys. I meant twin flame, soulmate, etc. type of connection. Okay. Well, twin flame, soulmate. I think we have to actually train ourselves out of that type of thinking. That's like new age mumbo jumbo, to be honest with you. Sorry, I don't even, when someone asks me about a twin flame or soulmate, I'm just like, I don't even like listen to that. This is the energy between you and him. You see this man, he's like laying in his bed in the middle of the night and he's holding his head like this after like some kind of nightmare. That's the type of energy that I'm getting between you and Shivam. Yeah, relationships are rarely ever like soulmate, like my one and only. Rarely ever. Most relationships are an agreement between two people to trust, to be loyal, to share finances, to share beds, to share sex, to share food, to share it's really the day in, day out. Like you wake up, oh, hey, you, oh, hi. Oh, I'm going to make my breakfast and go to work. All right. I'm going to make some coffee and, get going, and good. I'll see you at the end of the day. And all right, see you then. And then you see each other and it's like, oh, kiss you. Love you, baby. Love you, babe. Love you. Oh, how was your day? Oh, my day was, oh, really? And then like you talk about, like me and my partner talk about each other's day. We usually do that for like an hour every day. We talk about our days. So it's a lot of like sharing information, a lot of like sharing and like empathizing and like being kind of like each other's therapist. It's like and I've been in a lot of like when I was younger, I was in those like, oh baby, I need you. Like, so you're 7, you said you're 18. So you might be actually okay, so maybe you are like, maybe you're in that, oh, because it's like there's like, I gotta make a baby, like you're gonna make a baby. So when the pressure is on to like make a baby, like sometimes the emotions are also really heavy and deep when you're young. So you could be in that kind of phase of like, oh, I need somebody, and you're like, your hormones are like through the roof at 18, 16, 17, 18. Your hormones are like really peaking. So like you're feeling a lot of things. And like when you love a song, when you're 18 and you love a fucking song, you love that fucking song. You're like, this song is my life. And you'll play that song like you'll play it over and over. You're like, hit me, baby, one more time. Oh, baby, baby, how was I supposed to know? And like you're like feeling it. You're like really, whatever the song is, that's Britney Spears. I don't know. Whatever the song is, or whatever the feeling or the person, like this person is my person. They're gonna be my baby forever. Baby, baby, baby. Like you're feeling it when you're 18. I'm telling you, when you're 30, it's different. When you're 40, it's way different. And I just read for somebody who was 46. It's way different. It's like, I've been there, I done that, I fuck that, I seen that, I love that, I done that, I had that vision, I had that dream, I've been to that concert, I've been to that restaurant, I've had that conversation 1,000 times with 1,000 people. But I don't mean to like jade you. You should be that energetic 18-year-old person. But ma'am, I am sorry, I really am. But ma'am, please. Should you just do the reading for me, please? Could you just do the reading for me, please? I have waited a long time. Okay. I'm forgive me. There's a sense of separation and anguish and like mental anguish. Do you know what anguish means? Like mental strain going on between you and Shivam at the moment. Spirit, what is God? I'm going to ask God. Do you like God? I'm going to ask, what does God feel about this relationship? Shivam and Tanisha, God, what do you feel about this relationship? God, what do you feel about this relationship between Shivam and Tanisha? God, what do you feel about this relationship between Shivam and Tanisha? I'm going to ask God. Shivam, God, God, what do you feel about this relationship between Shivam and Tanisha? God, what do you feel about this relationship between Shivam and Tanisha? God, what do you feel? Okay. King of Pentacles. Okay. God, what do you feel about this relationship between Shivam and Tanisha? God, what do you feel about this relationship between Shivam and Tanisha? God, what do you feel about this relationship between Shivram and Tanisha? God, what do you feel about this relationship between Shivram and Tanisha? Indecision and I'm getting a sense that you know what? I don't like those cards. I'm going to ask further. I'm getting a sense that there's like your two families. Either this is going to bring shame or pride to your two families when your two families are assessed. Like, I know in India, like, yeah, mommy and daddy's approval of your relationship is like means a lot more than it does in America. Like, I don't give a shit what my mom thinks about my boyfriend. I don't give a shit. I do not give a shit what she thinks about my boyfriend. My boyfriend is weird. I don't give a shit. But I'm getting a sense that you are caring a little bit about like what mommy and daddy think about this relationship. Like, this is a good, like, he is at my level. Like, he is good. He's going to be a provider. He is a good relationship, and mom and dad approve of him. Like mommy, like somehow mom and dad are involved. Does that make sense? Like, maybe your mothers and fathers are like his mother and father, or your mother and father have somehow been involved. You say, yeah, so like getting like the mother and father's approval for it to be like a solid relationship that like everyone feels good about is somehow part of it. You said his mom. Yeah, okay. So I'm sort of like, that's the first thing that I'm picking up on. But I'm getting a sense that maybe it's not, either you are not good enough for him in his mom's eyes. Like, his mom doesn't think that you're good enough for his son. Does that make sense? Like, his mom maybe feels like you're not good enough, or his mom... That wasn't the case. That isn't the case. That isn't the case? Okay. All right. That was just came to mind. Spirit, what does God feel about this relationship? Spirit, what does God feel about this relationship? Because I saw some indecision, and I got the pride card in reverse. So I'm getting like there's a sense of like this is not a very proud relationship, or God isn't proud of you. Let me see. God, what is your opinion about this relationship? I'm just gonna ask God. God, what is your opinion of this relationship? God, what is your opinion of this relationship? But I'm feeling a sense that maybe mom is involved. I got the King of Cups, or I got some family involvement. Like other people, like the mommy and daddy aren't involved somehow, and I don't know how they feel about it. It could be a sense that God is not proud of this relationship. Okay, God, how do you feel about this relationship? We're going to ask how God feels about this relationship. God, how do you feel about this relationship? Page of Cups. Okay. This is like a naive. This is like a first love. Like, you see, this is like your first love, or this is one of the first loves you've ever had. This is one of the first relationships you've ever been in. This is like one of the first, if not the first relationship that you've ever been in. And so God is like acknowledging that this is like the first, one of the first loves that you've ever had. Okay, yeah, you said both of us. So God is acknowledging that. So we're going to be gentle with you. I don't mean to be too harsh with you. Although I am getting a sense that there is just a little bit of like, you guys are going through, like, both of you are like fucked up in the head over each other. Like you've blocked each other, like you've blocked each other, and like there's been like some like heavy emotions going on. But I'm getting a sense grounded, and you know what? It could even be that your families are matched. Like you guys are like at an equal level, and you said that you guys were in university or something working together. So maybe you guys are at like the same level. And so maybe there is actually a sense that you guys are like a good match in terms of like that old school like family shit. Like you are a good enough daughter for his family, and he's a good enough son for your family. And this is like you guys is, and God feels like this is her. God is telling me like this is her first love, honey. Yeah, that's what he's telling me. He's like, this is her first love. This is like maybe the first boy that she's ever loved. So you need to be gentle with her. Okay, so I'm gonna be a little more gentle with you. Because sometimes like when I was talking to that 46-year-old woman, I was trying to be like a little bit like, okay, sweetie, we need to like, I was being a little more harsh with her, I think, but with you, I'm gonna be a little more gentle. Because this is your like first love, and like you're not very experienced with love. So God, who should I ask? Spirit, what is your advice for Tanisha in terms of this relationship? Okay, I said I was going to be gentle with you, but this is a card of heartbreak, and this is a card of moving on. Is like you need to go through this heartbreak. Like God or Spirit is asking. I asked Spirit. I didn't ask God. I asked Spirit, and Spirit is asking you to go through this heartbreak, or to be open to the possibility of this. So I'm like, be curious and be open to the possibility that this could be end in heartbreak, or that this needs to be like over. Like this is done. And that's hard to hear because I'm getting, like you said, this is like from God's point of view, this is like the first, and it's so hard. The first love that we ever have is like sometimes something that we never forget for the rest of our lives. But please stop my reading. You want me to stop your reading? I have been crying for a while now. Oh, I'm so sorry. Yeah, okay, yeah. Yeah, this is your first relationship. Okay. I can't take it anymore. Please stop. Okay. I'm sorry. My readings are always wrong whenever I am emotionally charged. My readings are never wrong. I'm indecision. Okay, but I'll stop reading for you. I'm so sorry, sweetheart. You seem like you have a really big heart. Do you want me to do a general reading for you? You seem like you have a big heart, and I started crying even before you started. No, your reading is correct, but it's wrong for my situation always. Just general. Do you want a general reading? Yeah, let's not think about love. And it seems like, yeah, this is the first love that. And God was being a sweetie patootie to me. Maybe speaking to God, or I know it's like God or spirits, or if you're like Hindu, like there's so many gods, like Ganesh, and there's so many gods and spirits that we can talk to. But God was telling me, like, he told me, like, this is her first love. But let's do a general reading for you. The reader is correct. Like, whenever I get readings, whenever I am emotionally charged, it's always wrong for me. The reader is correct. AKU, but it's never resonates properly. Hard to, it's like, yeah, that's like one of the hard things. Like when we want something so bad and then we get that hard truth. Yeah, I know I've been through the same shit before, especially and with love readings. I've been in the same situation you are in. I'm like, if I could just be chill and then the reader could read me, then maybe my reading would be like different. But like you want something so bad and you're like, yeah, and then the reader's like, it's not gonna work. everything's wrong. You're wrong. You're wrong. You're like, fuck, it's my fault. You're like, it's my fault. I should have been like, I should stop crying. I should stop crying. I should stop crying. Or I should relax. And then like I can get a clean reading. But spirit sees beyond emotion. You said, yeah, that thing. Okay, I hate cigarettes, really. Okay, a general reading. Let's do a feel-good thing for you. Spirit, what is the general energy of Tanisha? Spirit, what is the general energy of Tanisha? Who is Tanisha? And we're always trying to build our identity. And when we're 18, we're like, who am I? Who am I, God? Who am I, Spirit? Who am I, this world? What is the general energy of Tanisha, Spirit? Okay, Sun in reverse. I'm getting you're a bit pessimistic. Maybe you're a bit more lunar. Maybe you are like a Cancer, or you have a lot of Cancer energy. Maybe you are a little bit like gloomy. Maybe you're a little bit like pessimistic. Maybe you're like a little bit moody. I'm getting a sense that you're not always optimistic. You're not always like this. You're a little bit like moody. No, I am a Leo with a Sagittarius and a Scorpio. Okay. I got the Sun in reverse. So I got the Sun energy. I'm getting a sense that you are, your Sun energy is something that you work with, is that you're working with. Sorry, my readings are never wrong, but you're like, no, that's not right. Okay. Spirit, what is Tanisha's energy? I got the Sun in reverse. I'm getting a sense that you not... Okay, Spirit, what is Tanisha's energy? Spirit, what is Tanisha's energy? What is the best thing about Tanisha? Spirit, what is the best thing about Tanisha? Spirit, what is the best thing about Tanisha? Spirit, what is the best thing about Tanisha? And the Sun is the Leo card, so I got that in reverse. Maybe you don't tap into your Leo energy enough. Maybe you're not tapping into that Sun energy enough. Maybe you're more in your Scorpio energy too much. Spirit, what is the best thing about Tanisha? Spirit, what is the best thing about Tanisha? What is Tanisha's gift to this world? Spirit, what is the best thing about Tanisha? What is Tanisha's gift to this world? Why was Tanisha incarnated on this planet? What is Tanisha's gift to this world? Spirit, what is Tanisha's gift to this world? Why was Tanisha incarnated on this planet? Let's give her a boost of energy. Spirit, what is Tanisha's point? Why was Tanisha brought here? Why was Tanisha brought to this planet? What is Tanisha's biggest gift to the planet? Oh, okay. I got the Wheel of Fortune. I'm getting a sense, a Wheel of Fortune. Your biggest gift to the planet is that you have a sense of inertia within you where you can make things happen, or you cannot make things happen. You are choosing and manifesting your own destiny based on your choices. And when you make the right choices, you are impacting people and yourself and all the things around you and making everything better. I'm getting a sense that you have a lot of power and agency in your life when you want to do it. So when you want to be the power, the queen of your life, you can do that. I'm getting a sense that you have a lot of power to make your own destiny, and your gift into this planet is that when you want to care about somebody, you can care about somebody. When you want to care about yourself, you can totally care about yourself. When the power is in your hands to choose your own fate. Some people are too poor, or they're too sad, or they're too angry, or they're too upset, or they're too burdened by life or by their genetics, or they have a disability, or they have a mental handicap, or they have like a sadness or something, and they can't make choices for themselves. I'm getting a sense that you have some agency where you can turn the fortunes in your favor. So your gift to this planet is that you can make choices to make things better for yourself and for other people. You can make those choices, and you have that power. Some people don't have that power. You are the great decider of your life and the people in your life. And I am optimistic, just sad and present. Yeah, okay, just sad and present. I'm getting a sense that you can choose. You can make choices in this dimension that are for the betterment of your life. The Wheel of Fortune. I asked Spirit, what is her great gift to this world? It said the Wheel of Fortune. And so that she can make choices for her betterment, or she can make choices that are going to hurt her. But she can decide that based on her choices. Please stop my reading after this. This is the last one for me. Okay. And yeah, I did get this card in reverse. So I'm getting a sense that you're not feeling very proud of yourself right now. I really can't take anymore, not after this, even if it's good. Thanks a lot for your energy. God bless you. Okay, God bless you as well. And yeah, just take it easy. Just take it easy. Like, the only person you need to look out for is yourself. The only person you need to look out. Forget what other people think about you. If other people love you, other people are not shit. The only person that matters is yourself. You are the great decider of your life. And that is that maybe that's your great karma to learn. I'm sorry. I'm just going to carry on. But your great karma in this life to learn is that you are the one who decides your destiny. It's not some man. It's not your father. It's not his mother. It's not your professor. It's not your boss. You determine if your life is bad or if your life is good. It's up to you. You have that power, Leo. You have that power. If it's sunny or if it's not so sunny. Where's that sun card? If the sun is like this or if the sun is like this. And this is the Leo card. You decide if the sun shines or if the sun does not shine. That's your power on this planet. So not everyone gets to do that. So anyways, does anyone else? I'm probably gonna go. I see there's some people waiting. Tanisha, she got really emotional and couldn't handle the reading. I've never encountered that before. Mary Hopkins, may I have a reading, please? Yeah, okay. What time is it? 2:30, 2 hours and 30 minutes. Mary Hopkins. Mary Hopkins. What is your age? I've appreciated your words so far. Okay. All right. Mary Hopkins. Yeah. What is your age and where do you live? Really old, like 43. That's funny. You're not that old. My best friend is 40. My boyfriend is 41. Tennessee? Okay, Tennessee. I live in New Zealand. So I've lived here for 7 years. 43. Tanisha, you must know, like, if you were listening to that, like 18 years old, when it comes to love, it's like, oh, it's like your whole heart is like on your chest. Sweet. Tennessee. So Tennessee. Cool. 43, Tennessee, Mary Hopkins. Okay. What's your question? Thirsty. Can you just ask the question you were asking the last person? What's your great gift to the world? You want to know that? Or are you asking about a relationship? Because I that was just my own. I was trying to like boost her energy because she was like crying. But you want to know what your great gift to the world is? What's my purpose, etc. Okay. Sure, we can ask that. Yeah, I've never heard that asked before. Okay, yeah. Yeah, sure. Mary Hopkins, 43, Tennessee. What is your great gift to the world? All right, what is Mary Hopkins' great gift to the world, Spirit? Page of Wands. Your ability to move, your ability to travel, your ability to try new things, your ability to have some energy and put your energy towards new projects, your enthusiasm in this dimension. Maybe you've always been helpful. Maybe you've always been willing to try new things. Maybe you've been a curious person in this world. Not a lot of people are curious. Not a lot of people try things. Not a lot of people put themselves out there. And maybe you've been willing to be a novice. This is a page. It's not a knight. It's not a queen. It's not a king. It's a page. So maybe you've been willing to be like a beginner and try different things in your life and just see how it goes. And you've been willing to put yourself out there. Yeah, I've never heard that. Yes, you say yes, ma'am. So you've been a little bit of an adventure bear in this life. You've been an adventure bear, not a gummy bear. You've been an adventure bear, and you've tried about different couple things. Yes, ma'am. Yes, I've tried myself. I've tried it. Hi, I'm here. Hi. I'll try. Oh yeah, I'll try that. Hi, how are you? Oh, I'll jump right in. I'm gonna jump right in. So you've jumped right in. I'll get my hands dirty. I'm not afraid to get my hands dirty. And that's good. That's good in this dimension. Some people are like, no, I'm not going to do anything but what I know how to. I'm not going to do anything but what my mama taught me. I'm not going to do anything but I'm not going to even try to do nothing. And you've been like, I'll try. I'll fucking try. I've yet to travel the world, but I'm soon to go. Oh, awesome. Yeah. This is also the card of travel. That's my association with this card. I say this is the card of travel. This is someone who's never seen the world, who's going to travel the world. So yeah. I'm an aqua out of boxer. I'm an aqua out of boxer. What's that mean? May I still get a reading, please? Oh, Trent. Hello, Trent. There again. Trent, the most I can do for you right now is a past, present, and future. I'm only talking like this because I'm talking to a one from Tennessee. I'm an Aquarius and outside the box thinker. You're an outside the box thinker. I think a little different than normal people. All right. You think a little bit different? I'm his. Yep. I think a little bit different. All right. Yeah. I love Aquarius. That's one of my favorite signs. Trent, you have to wait. I'm talking to Mary. Spirit, what else is so she's willing to put herself out there. She wants to travel the world. You're curious about the world. You've been an Aquarius. You've been an Aquarius, and an Aquarius, any Aquarius is a gift to this dimension. What a gift. Any Aquarius in this dimension is like a gift from God. So Spirit, what else is Mary's gift to this dimension? Spirit, what is Mary's gift to this planet? What is her purpose? We can ask her purpose or what is her gift. Those are two different questions. Purpose, not a lot of people have a purpose. It's not like most people are not meant to. You're just meant to, like, you should know this as an Aquarius. We're just meant to come here and have fun and have a couple experiences and meet some people and do some different things and then we just sort of fade off and go on to the next dimension. That's kind of like the point for most people. And that's what most people don't get. That's like the whole point of this. Can you ask God? Yeah, I could ask God. Okay. God, what is Mary's ultimate purpose on this dimension? What is God? What is Mary Hopkins? What is Mary Hopkins' purpose? God, what is Mary Hopkins' purpose? God, what is Mary Hopkins' purpose? Oh, that's cute. Okay. God, what is Mary Hopkins' purpose? God, what is Mary Hopkins' purpose? I'm going to talk to God. God, what is Mary Hopkins' purpose? 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 Oh, what is it? Your swords in reverse. Okay. God, what is Mary Hopkins' purpose? Clarify that. What is Mary Hopkins' purpose? God, 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 what is Mary Hopkins' purpose? There we go. Oh. Okay. I get you're not here for the talking. You're not even necessarily here for the loving. I got the lovers in reverse. You're not really here for the loving, but you are here for the party. You are here for the home. You are here for building a home. You're here for just a few trusted people in your circle, not too many people, just like one or two people to congregate in your home, to build a home, to build a homestead for celebration. You said yes. You're here for celebration, enjoyment, drinks, parties, good times. You're here for a good time, a solid home, some security, maybe just a few trusted people, just one or two, you know. And I'm getting you're not here for the loving. You said, I know that's right. Amen. You're not here for like to be in this like ooey gooey close thing with it, like another human being. I'm getting like you're not really here for that. You're not here for all that yeah talking talking, bullshitting. You said, I love me. Yeah. You're not here to bullshit anybody. You're not here for the smooth talking, for like the ooey gooey, like you're not here to be anybody's mommy. You're not here to like to be anybody's like reason for living. You know how Tanisha, if you were watching that, Tanisha wants to be, she's a Leo. She wants to be in this like, she's 18-year-old Leo. She's like, I want to be in this like, ooh, with this guy who blocked her on several platforms, and she's like she was still wondering like what's it, and I kept getting cards like, this is not very good, this is heartbreak. And she was like, I'm crying, I can't handle it. That's what Tanisha wants, you know what I mean? But I'm getting like, you're like a 43-year-old woman, you're like, I don't want that, and I don't want to talk, I'm not trying to talk about nothing. I'm not even trying to do any small talk. It's like, I'm just trying to have some fun and have like a solid and have some solidity. So this is a card of 4. This is the 4 of Swords. So you are actually looking for, and Aquarius is a fixed sign. So you would be looking for something solid. Like you would look to have your house sorted. Like you want to have like the perfect house. You want to have your house clean. You like the way your house is. You like your house clean. You like your house a certain way. And you don't like anybody who's going to disrupt that, the peace and harmony in the house. And you like to have like a little bit of fun and some celebration with like friends, you know. And that's very Aquarius of you. So, white picket fence. I'm just going to ride the wave. Honestly, I believe I got tripped into falling back down here. Yeah, true. White picket fence. Yeah, this dimension, man. I just feel like it's so much easier after this life. But yeah, we have to be here for a while. So we might as well have a good solid house, you know, like at least be comfortable, you know, heating, cooling, like a nice comfy bed, some good friends, some good conversations, some fun times, you know, solid base, a few trusted people, and then we can fuck off to the next dimension. Thank you so much for the reading, Lovey. I'm too impressed with your level of maturity. Oh, thank you. My level of maturity. Thank you. All right, Trent, would you like a reading? Are you there, Trent? Or else I'm going to go because I've been on here for 2 hours and 44 minutes. That is the long time. That is a long time, Marianne. Mary Hopkins. Okay, Trent. I feel insane because I feel like I have something spiritually unique and different about me, and was wondering kind of 2 things. What exactly is my gift? Is one of them channeling or something psychic? It was nice to meet you, hon. I'm gonna subscribe. Keep us posted when you're live. All right. Yeah, I go live randomly. It's haphazard. I usually have to be drinking when I go live, but you know. But I'll maybe I'll do a little post. I'll do a post like going live in an hour. I could do that because I feel, and I'm a Capricorn, by the way, Mary. So I'm awkward. I'm generally awkward. And I have a Scorpio moon and rising. Because I feel like I am being targeted spiritually or something. I don't know, but something, and it's faith. Hello, internet is my fiance. Intrant is my fiance. I'm using his account. Oh, Trent is my fiance. I'm using his account. I am using his account. I am Aries, Faith Aries. I'm an Aries, Faith Aries. Oh, you're an Aries. Oh, cool. My mom's an Aries. When she would scream, at me, obviously her neck would turn purple and the veins would pop out. That's how you know she was an Aries. April Fool's Day. Oh, are you born on April 1st? Cool. And when she would scream, it would sound like a banshee in the night, you know. A lot of passion. You could say passion. Aries. No, but I love Aries, actually. Actually, Aries, I think Aries is one of the most psychic signs. So you're asking about that because your 12th house, my dear, is Pisces. So basically, your unconscious is the vast ocean of all knowledge. So Aries is the people are like, Aries are so stupid and thick, and they're just like, they're all they care about is themselves, and all they care about is like the 3D reality. It's like, no, Aries is like the most instinctual, like intuitive. It was one of the most instinctual, intuitive signs. Like my mom, despite all her like hang-ups about the 3D, like she is very like grounded in the 3D, and she cares about money, and she cares about all this like 3D stuff. She is one of the most like passionate, like instinctual psychic people that I've ever met. Like in any Aries I've ever met, well, just off the cuff, they'll just say shit that's like, how the fuck, I was just thinking that, how the fuck did you just say that, kind of thing. I know people say that a lot, but seriously, thank you. Yeah, my man is Sagittarius. He is spiritual too. Thank you. Oh, cool. So you have a spiritual partner. That's always good. My partner is also a Capricorn, and he is also talk to spirits and Buddhist and meditating and I've never had a non-spiritual relationship. All my partners are like meditators or dancers or drug takers or like, you know, into psychedelics or into like that kind of thing. I've never dated like a normal humdrum, like dun, 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 dun. I've never dated that kind of person before. I am pregnant with daughter, and you have 3 sons. Holy shit, dude. So I'm 31. Aries, and you're pregnant with a daughter. Oh, what a blessing. After having 3 sons. I bet you're so happy to have a daughter now. You're like, am I gonna just be a boy mom? Is that my fate? Am I just gonna be a fucking boy mom? And then finally you get this daughter? What a blessing. I'm actually a preschool teacher. And yeah, some mothers, they stop at 3 boys. They're like, I'm not gonna have a 4th boy. Fuck that. But you did it. You actually got pregnant the 4th time, and yeah, you're gonna have your daughter. Cool. That's really cool. I'm smoking one of my boyfriend's cigarette. My boyfriend's a terrible smoker. I smoke only when I drink 1 cigarette or 2. I don't smoke normally. And also, I would like to tell you that I work out at the gym, and my squat is 120 kilograms. I do yoga about 5 times a week. I jog an hour, like 3 to 4 times a week. And I am a yogi, and I do that constantly. And I'm also I'm generally a raw vegan. Tonight we have a pizza in the oven, which I probably am not going to eat. But I eat, my primary diet is fruit. I eat 90% fruit. I'm mostly a fruitarian. So I'm like a very strange person. Like, and I talk to spirit. So I hear voices. I hear spirit. And I astral project and lucid dream every night. And I do blessings. And I can like hear a spirit, like I hear spirit. So and I've also been in phases of my life where I like see stuff. But I rarely see stuff now, so sometimes I see like shadow stuff, only a little bit, but not. I mostly am like auditory, like clairaudient. I'm very clairaudient. And actually, in a lot of my lucid dreams, I just wade through these experiences without seeing, but a lot of hearing and a lot of feeling. Like, so sensory. So I'm very much like a feeler and a hearer. And the nakshatra in Vedic astrology for Capricorn, because I'm a Capricorn, and I have 4 planets in Capricorn conjunct each other. The nakshatra for Capricorn is the hearing. So I'm very much like I'm hearing. I've always been here. And even when I was a little girl, when I heard music, I get like full body like tingles. Like I've always been like very into music and like auditory. I don't know. It's just something unique to me. So that's and you're talking about like your psychic abilities and feeling like into your psychic stuff. And I would say that people they like, oh, you're a breeder, you're having a bunch of children, you're just a stupid like mom or something. But I would say one of the highest forms of witchcraft for a woman is having children. It's literally from your own flesh and blood. It's one of the most highest forms of art that you can create, is like literally a child from your womb and into this dimension is one of the highest forms of magic for a woman. It's something I'll probably never experience because I don't feel called to have children, and I never have felt called to have children. But I do take care of children all day, and it's a mystical process. It really is. You said clean body, clear head. Yeah, clean body, clear head. Yeah, yeah. Clean body, clear head. It's almost too clean sometimes, where it gets a little spacey. It's like I don't eat any meat, and I'm always eating like fruit. So I'm a little bit like, woo, I'm a little in the cloud, and I like hear spirits, and I'm a little, and like sometimes I don't sleep very good. I'm just in the astral all night, and then I have to like go to work. It's not very conducive to working like a 9 to 5, is like being so clean. Almost like the 9 to 5 requires a little bit of dirtiness. If you're going to work like a 9 to 5 or even be around like normal people, like it's almost better and stronger to like eat meat and like watch like low vibration news, and like so that you can like commune with other people and be on their same level. Because when you're like and you're like, when I'm really on top of my shit and I'm eating really clean and I'm working out all the time and I'm like praying and I'm talking to spirits, like I am unrelatable to other people in my life. Like it's hard for me to like even have like a conversation with people. It's a bad nicotine feed. All right. Oh no. My middle child is 5. I have an 11-year-old, a 5-year-old, and a 1-year-old due November. Oh, Scorpio. My middle child is 5. I have an 11-year-old, 5, 11. Wait, so you have 3 boys or what? Do you have 2 boys and a girl coming, or 3 boys? I don't know. You're a bad nicotine fiend. LOL, that's good. Clean body, clear head. Yeah, my fiance is like that hears things. Me, I hold spirits. They use me as a vessel or something. I don't know. LOL, maybe can help me exactly figure out so I don't feel crazy. Like, okay, yeah, let me think about times I've been a little bit possessed. I know what you mean. When they start acting through you, being possessed, they hold you, vessel, they use you as a vessel. You could see, so you could say that the act of tarot is a little bit, that's just like channeling. Maybe you're a channeler. You channel, or you're like open enough so that stuff just like flows through you. I try to do that as well. You just block out the intellect, which Aries would be naturally very instinctual and be like receptive to like being overtaken. I can see an Aries being a good channeler. My fiance is spiritually connected to music as well. Me, I'm an empath, and who knows what all else. LOL. Can you tell me, please? I'd be eating people if I had to eat clean. I'd be eating people if I had to eat clean, really. Same here. 3 boys and a girl coming. Okay. And it sounds like you got a little November baby, so that could either be a Sag or a Scorpio girl. So that's cool. She'll be a little shaman girl. Either way. That'll be a big lesson for you. That'll be a whole vibe. I have 2 Novembers. You have 2 Novembers? Oh, cool. Whoa. You've been popping out November babies. Nice. All right, we're going to ask Hafez. So this is Hafez, the Oracle of Hafez. I'll show you the little booklet. So this is Hafez, and it's a certain spirit that I've been communing with just a little bit here and there. And I will ask Spirit to clarify about your psychic gifts, or if you want to know what direction to go with your psychic gifts, or what's going on with that. I'm just trying to empathize with someone who's a mother. It's like a little bit hard to carve out some like time for yourself and to really embody as the witch when you are like constantly nurturing other human beings and like getting them up from bed and getting them like dressed and fed and ready for school, or just looking after them all day if you're a stay-at-home mom, or I don't know what your situation is if you're working. And if you're working on top of being a mother of 4, it's like, whoa, where do you have the time to like nurture your spiritual gifts? And with spiritual gifts, it's not like it's you either got it or you don't. I would say everyone is a little bit psychic. Everyone's a little bit empathic. Like the whole nature of having a dialogue with somebody is like we're always kind of a little bit channeling. And if you have a conversation for like long enough, like you have like an hour, 2-hour long conversation, you'll just start spitting out stuff from the astral. Like you'll just start mirroring a person, and just the kind of like waiting and receiving and giving and taking of that conversation will start to take on the signature of like a psychic dialogue that you might have with a spirit or something. Like you'll just start channeling what needs to be said, or the things that need to be said. But yeah, with being a mother, and if you're also working, I thought so, but I thought I was crazy. You either have it or you don't. You can actually really get it if you spend a lot of time in meditation. And the solitary man, so the man who has no children, the man who has a lot of time for self-introspection, has nobody who needs them. That's why monastic, like monks and like holy people, nuns, priests, and stuff like that, they have no children, they have no sex. They go into a really solitary way of living and being in order to hone in order to like just go so deeply inside so that they can actually start tapping into those things. So it's almost like the more people that need you, unfortunately, a lot of the times, the more people that you have to tend to a little bit, sometimes the less time you have to like harness your craft as a witch. So I'm not trying to say you're at a little bit of a loss, but you would need to, you would need to like, 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 you you would need to look at the world a little bit differently. So you would have to see your interactions with your children as your witchcraft. You would need to see like tending to them and making their food, like going into like kitchen witchery. Like when you're making food for your children, it's like I stir it 3 times to the right, 1 times to the left because it's a full moon tonight or something. And then I'm going to put a little bit of this in the dish because I'm going to put a little cayenne because one of my children has a little bit of a runny nose, and I want to open up their sinuses. So I'm going to put a little bit of cayenne in my one son's dish. My other son needs to open his third eye, so I'm going to put a little bit of cinnamon and nutmeg in his dish. And my other son is a little bit of this, so I'm going to do a little. So your interactions with your children and with your husband and stuff like that, it becomes your witchcraft. So you are like in this like witchcraft, you're like in a coven with your family kind of thing. So you're in this communal witchcraft where other people are not are involved. So it's taking on a whole different nature too. And then you have to still carve out some time for your own solitary practices, which involves meditation, astral projection, keeping a dream diary, keeping a regular diary, meditation, yoga, your body practices. So, because the body is the channel, honestly. So, like keeping an upright posture, that does tremendous. Keeping your spine, your neck, your like crown chakra, everything aligned and stuff like that. That's a lot. So when you become that C shaped and you're hunched over, that cuts you off immediately. So you have to be very tuned into like little things like that, like the body posture. So I would recommend like yoga, certain stretching routines, weightlifting, honestly, like can really like get you zonked, right in there, like right into your body, like a 1 hour wait going to the gym. But it's hard to carve out that time when you have with children. So finding things, so like when you pick up your 5-year-old son, do a deep squat and then lift him up like you're doing a deadlift. You make and then you're in the kitchen, you do like 10 air squats right there in the kitchen. You're like, you make your whole life like this shamanic practice. It's a strange advice, but it's like, there's a wall next to you. You do a little bit of a side bend. You do a side bend, and then you're just this witch who's like always stretching, always squatting, lifting up the baby, stirring the pot. This and they put a little cayenne for the baby. You're in your kind of witchcraft, mode. Changed my let's see, I thought so, but don't think I was crazy, and lost my mom in September, but very more aware spiritually since then. Changed me. Oh yeah, when I'm not pregnant, lol. Even when you're pregnant, you can do pregnancy yoga. I know it's maybe a big ask, but like there's yoga for pregnant women. There's all types of stuff you can do when you're pregnant, even the littlest thing, just like wiggling your toes and then getting the ankle going, and then you get the calf moving. Do a couple calf raises, and then hip openers, and like even just happy baby with a big pregnant belly. Do a happy baby like this, and then rocking side to side and stuff like that. So it's almost like finding that childish nature in you. And as an Aries, that would be like, kind of like easy to do, just to find that childish nature within you, like just a movement and stuff like that. And getting the waters of the body, the fluid, the joints, the lubrication, the fascia, everything moving, that tunes you in. The stiffer we get, the more closed off to spirit we get. Sometimes, unless we become anesthetized, so some certain like monks and things like that, they get really heavy and they get kind of like stuck into a shape. There's even like monks who like will stay in the same position for like 50 years, and like their fingers will calcify into that position because they're so like in the astral. They're so like crown chakra and like all the chakras above the crown that they actually deny the body. And they go, there's lots of ways to approach spirituality, but we'll look deeper into. So if you want to deny the body, you could do that, but I wouldn't suggest that. I would say like keeping the body as part of the practice, especially if you have children, because you're going to need to keep up with them. So part of your spiritual practice is keeping up with those children. And part of your duty on this planet is to be able to chase after 4 children. And if you stop doing that, then you are out of line. You are out of line. It is actually, life is asking you to keep up with 4 children and like really keep up with them. So if you stop being able to do that, you're fucked. If you are my younger self, I'm too proud right now. You said thank you. Okay. So part of your spiritual practice is being fit, I would say. Not because I have any weird feelings about being fit or not being fit, although I do tend to think it's better when people are fit. But part of your spiritual practice is honestly, you should see it as a body practice, as like being limber and like having a high endurance. So being able to like run and keep up with children. Because one of the heartbreaks that I see with children who get a little bit stir crazy, or even with animals that get a little stir crazy, is owners and parents who are not able to keep up. So a dog who starts to like eat the furniture or piss on the couch and shit like that is an under exercised dog. Or part of a child who is understimulated will do things like draw on the wall, or they'll start destroying things, or they'll start like fighting, or they'll get like an anxious tic, where they're like itching themselves. They might have a rash and they itch themselves raw, or they do something like weird or OCD, like too young to be doing that kind of thing. Is like when a parent is not like exposing them to lots of experiences and engaging them mentally, physically, and spiritually. So part of you're like also a teacher, and as well as a mother, as well as you need to like exposing your children to new experiences, so they don't develop crazy in the brain. They need to be stimulated. Going out into nature with your children, putting your children in sports, putting your children in summer camps, putting your children in like a nature-based school, like I know it's a lot to ask out of, because like finances can be limited, like resources can be limited, options are limited. I'm like one of those weirdos that thinks that we should just homeschool children, and I think that preschool is a little bit of like an abomination. I really think preschools are overstimulating and actually do more harm than good. I think it gives children a bad taste in their mouth for authority. I think they don't like being told what to do, and they're just looking for mommy. They're just at preschool. They're like, which one of you teachers is going to be my mommy? Where's mommy? Where's mommy? It's like, so I end up in my preschool role, I end up being like surrogate mommy, like all the time, for like, I'm like mommy for hire. And it's overstimulating, it's loud, it's noisy, and like there's not enough one-on-one attention. It's like preschool is I think preschool is terrible. But it's part of like the feminist agenda was like getting free preschool for all mothers, so that they can get back into the workforce, the shoulder pads and the briefcase, and they can get back in, so they can pop out a baby and then get back to work. It's like the feminist agenda. I think the feminist agenda should be have a baby and then get 3 years of paid maternity leave. That would be the real feminist agenda. That would be the highest form of witchcraft. 3 years of paid maternity leave. But that's a conversation for another time, day. Or some sort of government subsidy where you get paid 3 years, like a minimum, at least minimum wage, hourly, 8 hours of minimum wage, or like really honestly, motherhood is not 8 hours. Motherhood is 24 hours. Some kind of like base salary every year, like at least 40, 50 grand a year for each child. We need to like pay mothers. Anyways, that's definitely in the next 100 years, we will be paying mothers. There will be none of this getting back to work 2 weeks after the baby's born. That is not a thing in 100 years from now. Mothers will be paid and given the time and luxury to have their children and raise them. We are just born in this weird period. So you're talking about spirituality. We are born in this weird period of capitalism, like 2025. Shit is still fucked up. There's still war. There's still weirdos running the planet. Like, this is a weird fucking time to be alive. And it's not the most fortunate time. People are like, this is the greatest, one of the best times to be alive ever. It's not that great. 100 years from now, that would be a lot better. Like 100, 200 years from now, that's going to be a lot better. Not right now, it's like still shitty. It's still really shitty. It's like uneven. Like a lot of the world is still in like third world conditions. Women still do not have the same rights as men in most places in the world. This is not a very luxurious time to be alive. Anyways, but in terms of your spiritual, so spirit, what is the energy of, is your name Faith? I just need to get your name. Did you say your name was, I saw you said Faith Aries? Like, is your name Faith? Hi, Christopher. I read for you. A couple weeks ago. Is your name Faith? Yes. Okay. All right. Faith. General energy for Faith. General energy for Faith. Song of Leisure. I got the Song of Leisure. I'm not saying you're lazy, but your general energy immediately from the Hafiz, I'm getting the Song of Leisure. Maybe you enjoy lounging. Maybe that's when you get your deepest insights, is when you're just relaxing, like laying down on the couch. You say, yes, yes, yes. Song of Leisure. Maybe you enjoy just like having a drink and sitting by the fire, and that's when like your greatest epiphanies come to you, or that's when your greatest comfort is through your leisure activities. So which is interesting for Aries. So Song of Leisure. Okay, general energy for Faith, Song of Leisure, and to have 4 children. Sorry, I think video behind a little. Okay, what is the general energy for Faith? General energy for Faith. 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 Song of Uniqueness. Song of Uniqueness. Okay, awesome. So I'm getting leisure and uniqueness. So maybe there is something special about you. Maybe you know that you are, you know that you're inside. You're like, I know I'm inside. And that's what you're asking me. You're wanting me to like validate this thing about you that maybe nobody has ever voiced, or you've never been able to completely voice, or maybe your husband doesn't even see it inside you, or your children don't see it inside you, or your coworkers or your mother never acknowledged this thing about you, this like this unique factor, or maybe they have, but they've never been able to fully articulate it. Or maybe everyone has always thought, oh, she's the oddball, she's the weird one. Maybe it's always been validated, and you're like, what is it then? I'm so unique. What the fuck is it, everybody? Like, what is that thing about me? Yes, I need validation. Oh, that would be nice. Yes, I need validation. So I'm getting leisure and uniqueness. Okay. All right, Spirit. What is the energy of Faith's spiritual gifts? Spirit, what is the energy of Faith's spiritual gifts? Spirit, what is the energy of Faith's spiritual gifts? Okay, I'm getting the 8 of Swords. So you were saying that you sometimes feel that your body is being overtaken. And this is a person whose body is literally bound. And their eyes are also bound. So I'm getting a sense that when it is happening, you are a little bit out of the driver's seat. Like you are literally, like when you are in contact with spirit, a lot of people are really present. So that when they're having a dialogue with spirit, or when they're in the flow of channeling, they're like in the driver's seat. They're in the driver's seat, and someone is next to them also driving. Like they're co-piloting this ship of spirit. But I'm getting a sense that when it is happening to you, you're a little bit like your hands are behind your back, you're blindfolded, and you're like, what? It's like overcoming you or something, or like it's like happening, but you're not aware it's happening, or you're not fully aware it's happening, which is pretty common for most people. It could even be painful, or it could be a little bit like or it could just happen at a period, just in times of your life where you don't know how to control it, or you're not able to manipulate it. It just overcomes you, and you just have to wait for it to wash over you, and then you just try not to move while it's happening or something. Yes, and you say yes. Okay. So I'm getting a sense that you are a little bit like this when it's happening. And so maybe you would like to be in a little bit more of a position of power, or you would like to be able to, you would like to have your hands unbound when this is happening. Yeah, that is true. I usually am blinded when someone else comes out. You're a little blinded when somebody else comes out. Yeah. So this person is blindfolded, and their hands are also behind their back, and they're completely bound. And it's also the suit of air, and it's a suit of swords. So it's like mental. So maybe there's some mental blocks. There's a little overthinking when it's happening. Like your thoughts start to stop it from completely flowing. There could be a sense that your intellect overrules your instinct sometimes, and you're a little bit out of control. You're out of the driver's seat. So okay, Spirit, what is what is the nature of you say, yeah, what is the nature of Faith's psychic gifts or spiritual gifts? Okay. I wasn't actually paying attention to that. Okay, what is the nature? Emotions run wild. You're lots of blocks, you say, and emotions run wild. Okay. What is the nature of Faith's what is happening when Faith communes with spirit? What is happening when Faith communes with spirit? Okay, I'm getting a sense. I got this in the reverse. I'm getting a sense that you're not letting go. You're not letting it transition. You're blocking it. See, this is the card of he's taking these people on a raft, and they are transitioning. They are transitioning, and this is the card of letting go. This is what my spirit team told me. If they had a face, I asked my spirit team, I was like, if you had a face, what would you look like if you were a tarot card? And they said this is what they would be like. It's transitioning you, letting go, helping me to transition from one phase to the next, helping me to move from one position to the next. This is the card of my spirit team. I got it in the reverse. So I'm getting a sense that when you're a little bit blocking the movement of it from happening, and you've already validated that that's the case. So it's bound. It's like blocking. Okay, we'll get one more card, Spirit. What is the energy for Faith's communication with Spirit? Spirit, what is the card for energy for Faith's communication with Spirit? I'm not sure what I need to exactly let go of. Okay. You need to let go of resistance and fear. It's just like base level. It's just animal fear. Fear from letting it happen. It's not like necessarily a thing. It's just like control. You need to let go of control. So, Spirit, what is the nature of Faith's relationship with Spirit? Okay, I've got the Page of Wands. So I'm getting like a novice, like you're new to this, but you have a lot of energy. Like there's a lot of desire for it to happen. There's like some like a new opportunity. It speaks to new opportunities, travel, but this is also a page. It's also childish. So it's also like the suit of children, the suit of like a beginner, someone who's just starting in something. So I'm getting a sense like you're just starting this, or this is just you're like in the beginning of your spiritual journey. Like you're just learning the ropes. So I'm getting a sense that you're not like someone who's been like studying the texts and you've been doing this for like 20 years and like you're an old hat. Like you've been doing this for ages. Like I'm getting a sense that you're just like kind of like finding your feet in the world of spirit. But you have a lot of passion and energy. Not new to spirituality, but new to trying to get a handle on it. Okay, yeah. This just speaks to novice energy. Like this is like someone who doesn't know quite what they're doing, but there's like figuring themselves out, and they have a lot of passion. So it's suit of wands. So there's some passion and there's some desire to get this project off the ground, to get this, to understand what this is. But yeah, we're bound, we're like a little bit blind, and we're not exactly able to let go exactly when it's happening. What is Spirit's recommendation for letting go? What is Spirit's recommendation for letting go? What is Spirit's recommendation for letting go? Spirit's recommendation for letting go. What is Spirit's recommendation for letting go? I got the Tower in reverse. So I'm getting a sense that you need to not be afraid. Like, so this would be a state of sheer terror or fear. So you need to be like not in that state of terror or sheer fear, because like and to understand that nothing bad is going to happen. Like I've had a lot of like even demon interactions and stuff. It's not ever that bad. I've even like kissed demons on the cheek, honestly, and I've kissed a lot of demons on the cheek, honestly. It's kind of my go-to thing. I talk to demons. I've been like, what do you want, really? Like I've asked demons, like in the astral, like, what do you want? What are you doing here? Okay. Oh, a demon. Ooh, scary. Ooh, like dark black eyes and horns and shit. Oh yeah. And they've a lot of demons have told me, I'm an old world demon. I come from the old. And I'm like, okay, you're the oldest demon on the planet? Okay, what do you want? Like, what do you really want? You said, oh, I'm not scared of demons. Okay, you're in. Well, if there's any residual fear or worry that it could end in catastrophe, you need to let that just know that that's not gonna happen. Like so letting go of fear is what I would say. Knowing that it's not going to be a catastrophe. I believe I am a balance of angels and demon realms. Okay. Well, okay. Then maybe you got it. I don't know. Spirit, what is your advice? What energy does she need when working with Spirit? Spirit, what energy does she need to embody when she's working with Spirit? Spirit, what energy does she need to embody when she's working with Spirit? Again, letting go. This person is holding on. This person is letting go. I'm getting that you need to let go. I'm getting really that you need to like stop being afraid and like letting go. That's kind of what keeps coming up. And it's like you're not letting go. And to have children, and in a way to have children is to manifest so much that you need to hoard. It's like hoarding in a way. If you ever seen that show Hoarders, like making all this material in the material realm, like making these children and these people around you that are relying on you, it's like for a sense of like comfort. So in a way, the motherly instinct is creating this sense of tribe around you that creates a sense of comfort. It's like a not letting go. A person who chooses to not have children or to not have possessions or to not have anything, like a homeless person, almost like to completely abandon this life, is the complete release, the complete letting go, like a monk or a holy person. That's the complete abandonment of all manifestation or all things on the world. To have like four people, four children, bring out of your to have four children is I'm not saying it's like a holding on, but it's like it's a lot of like manifestation, and it's a it speaks to a person who is not, I don't know, seeking comfort outside themselves or seeking to be in a close bond with another human being for comfort, or seeking comfort outside themselves, or seeking to create their tribe, or even to create like a people that will look after them when they become old, or there's a lot of reasons we have children and stuff like that, but it is not, I don't know, hoarders. It's just like an accumulation. It's like definitely one of the accumulations that women undertake in this life as a protective measure. And I don't think a lot of women would admit to that, but I think that's kind of a lot of what's going on. It's kind of a protective measure. A lot of women will have babies to keep their man around, to keep the man involved in their lives, like to keep popping out babies so that he'll stick around. There's a lot of I don't mean to be negative. I'm sorry. I'm a Capricorn with a double Scorpio, so I'm a little bit critical. So it is an accumulation and the complete abandonment. Like I am someone who is like really, I moved from America to New Zealand. I'm not gonna have any children. I went from having I was a sugar baby, and I was making like a couple $100K a year, to now I'm working as a preschool teacher making like $40K a year. Like I've like really just like let go of like everything, my family, my friends, my everything, with no plans of accumulations. And all I do is practice meditation, yoga, working out, praying. I do my dream work, my astral projection, and that is my entire focus. So I'm like a complete yogi in the West. I'm as much of a yogi as a Western person can get, like bar the fact that I have to go to work 8 hours a day. That's a little bit of a tax on my life, but in that sense, but I'm also working with children. So I'm doing all the most intuitive, instinctual, like playful thing that I can think of to do like all day. And yeah, and I spend all my time like letting go, and how to let go, because a lot of this is letting go, and I don't have any like accumulation. I eat fruits and vegetables. I don't even eat I don't even cook them. I am the most bare minimum person. If you see this room of mine, I have 5 pairs of shirts. This is the only sweater that I own. I have 3 pairs of shoes. Everything is black except for this. This is orange, but everything I own is black. And I've just started, as a treat to myself, I started getting my nails done by a 15-year-old girl who charges me like $30. But yeah, I live like that's how I live. So I'm always just letting go. I've let go. Oh, girl, I have let go. I have really let go. I don't want nothing. I don't want no baby. I don't even want my man half the time. I don't want money. I don't care about money. I don't care if it's like a renunciation. It's just all I care about is being in my sense of integrity and being right with God. Really, that's it. I don't want to. I don't want the karma of creating a child who's going to have to work. Who's going to have to work, or climate change, or I don't mean to, like, I'm not like one of those crazy child-free people. Like I honestly feel like the path of motherhood is also a blessed path, and it's also a valid path. So I'm not one of these child-free and like, children are terrible and like women are just breeders or whatever. Like, I think it's a chosen path, but I think you need to do it correctly. And that's when you're in your body, and that's when you're practicing your kitchen witchery, and that's when you're like making choices about their clothing, and you're like making really strong choices. Like, as a teacher, I make very deliberate choices about the way I interact with my students, my little tamariki, my little children. I make very deliberate choices about what I say to them, about not when I raise my voice, when I don't raise my voice, and very, very, very rarely raising my voice, and looking for every other way I can interact with them besides raising my voice, like only raising my voice as like a last option. And yeah, I appreciate you. Thank you so much. More like scared of not being able to come back if let take control. But yeah, it's just like you need to see your whole life as a tarot deck. The way that you wake up in the morning and you look in the mirror, that's a tarot card. The way your husband looks at you, that's a tarot card. The thing that your child just said to you is a tarot card. The 444 on your phone, that's a tarot card. Every little thing, because there's going to be, when you have children, there's lots of shit going on. Everything is a tarot card. Everything is the universe speaking to you. And letting go and releasing into that knowledge that spirit is always communicating with you. That's why tarot works. That's why there's no such thing as time. That's why, like, when a card comes out, it's divinely guided. And spirit knew exactly what I was going to do with my hand and how the card was going to fall and everything and what I was going to say, and it was all divinely guided. That's why there are psychics on the planet who can predict things to a T. There's no such thing as time. Everything is divinely guided, and it's all kind of a matrix. I've been seeing a lot of 5s. Yeah, okay, 5s. Oof, that's a lot of 5s. Okay. 5 is a number in numerology. 5 is a number of conflict. It's like the necessary conflict to get to like a resolution. It's a card of deceit. It's a card of lies, trickery, conflict, friction, witchcraft, esoterics, accumulations. It's a card of an accumulated accumulations. A pentagram has 5 5 points on it. Correspondences 5. It's like all the minutia, all the data, the friction of data, the soup of this reality. 4 is the number of stability, and then 4 gets shaken up by the 5. It's like gets shaken up by the 5. It's like the conflict, which goes to the 6, and the 6 is like the resolution, giving, charity, peace, like the calm after the storm. It's the calm after the storm. The 5 is often like the friction. Anyway, someone said someone been doing black magic on me. Yeah, I thought I've been being targeted. Okay. Spirit, is Faith being targeted? The Hermit. Now, I'm getting like a sense that you're doing it to yourself. Or it's an inside job, as they say. And that's a big lesson to learn in spiritual. As you're on this path of spirituality, it's like we tend to think we have this bias that other people are attacking me. Other people are the reason. That's like a beginner's problem. Like it's other people. But like when we mature, we're like, oh, I am other people. It's all me. I'm the one cursing myself. There are no other people. All is one. That's the maturing. I'm getting a sense, no, you're not. It's you doing it to you. And so then we would have to ask, why are you doing that to you? Why don't you want yourself to why would you curse yourself? Or yeah, why would you do that to yourself? Self-hatred. It could be a lot of things. It could be your childhood coming out. Maybe you had a hard relationship with your mother just returning or something, or self-denial. You never treated yourself very. You had like self-criticism. You're mean to yourself in your head, or it can be little things that become bigger things. Or black magic or something. I don't know. I think it's yourself to yourself, and that's like a beginner's lesson. That's a lesson that we learn, isn't it? It's always just the one. Maybe self-doubt. Okay, yeah. Spirit, what energy does Faith need to embody? Okay, I'm getting immediately that you need to work on this. Like, this could be pedantic. This could be like literally just the ABCs of spirituality. This is like, read the Bhagavad Gita, read the Hermetic Golden Book of the Golden Dawn. Like, I need to read Crowley. I need to read, or I need to keep a diary, keep a journal. I need to work. I need to pray. I need to start meditating. Like, you see this man, he's working on his craft. This is a man who's working on the craft. So I'm getting a sense that you need to actually apply some time and setting aside some time to apply to this craft. So working on it, reading magical texts like Wicca 101, go on Reddit and be like, what are the best books for witchcraft, and find the best books for witchcraft. Start reading those books. Well, what is the best watching YouTube videos of some of the best channelers or psychics and seeing how they work, just listening to them talk, seeing how free they are and what they say, and channeling, and getting a psychic reading, getting a tarot reading, working on your craft. So maybe, and I got in the beginning, I got a sense of leisure. So maybe there's a sense that you like let things just happen to you, and like literally like the hands behind hands, you're bound, you're blindfolded, just letting things happen, just letting it happen to you. And then I'm getting a sense that you actually need to like take the driver's seat and like work on you need to actually work and do the work. And Aries is a cardinal energy, so a lot of times Aries will like start something but they won't finish it. So you'll like get it, you'll like, you want to get into sewing, you'll buy a bunch of yarn and you'll buy like the needles and stuff like that, and you'll buy like a bunch of books about sewing, but then you'll never fucking you'll never sew. You'll never sew. You like you want to bake, you're like gonna get into baking, you buy all these pans and you buy all this stuff, and like, and then you never fucking bake the souffle that you were gonna bake. You need to like work, you need to do the work. And that could maybe be the most healing message that you hear tonight. Do the work. Meditate, yoga, dream journal. Do the work. You want the results, you do the work, Aries. And Aries can do it. If you put your mind to it, you can do it better than anyone else. And your instincts will guide you. Like I said, Aries, the most instinctual sign of the zodiac. And I think you are getting in your own way. And you are also the way. See this man? He's carrying his lantern. This is the card of wisdom. This is the wisdom keeper. This is the man who goes through the dark, who goes on the journey by himself. And you need to be able to go on that journey despite having your children. In midst of having your children, you are also a person yourself going on a spiritual journey, and you happen to have some children, and they are on the path with you, and they are part of the path. But you also have a journey that you are working on yourself, and letting go of those fears and, like you said, self-doubt. I think that's what's holding you back. It's usually little things like that. Like you wanted me to like tell you you're so great, or tell you the nature of what you're Clara. Oh, you're actually an Arcturian from the 5th dimension. Like my cards are not going to tell me that shit. You're going to learn that shit through your dream travels, through your dream. Like if you want to visit some aliens and learn about your alien family, or if you want to learn about what is your true gift, or if you want to like meet your spirit team, you can do that in your dreams. I've done that in my dreams. You can do that in your dreams, but you need to get good at dreaming. So find some herbs. Galantamine is good for dreaming. You can write this down. Galantamine, Glantimine, galantamine with choline. Mugwort is good for dreaming. A nicotine patch, good for dreaming. What else is good for dreaming? Melatonin, good for dreaming. That can get you started and get you like into the realms of like having lucid dreams. Also writing, just keeping a dream diary, good for dreaming. And through your dreams, you can like literally like meet your spirit guides, like do all this stuff. It's all in your dreams. I'm the biggest proponent of like dream work you'll ever meet. My favorite part of the day is almost going to bed at night. I love dreaming. I lucid dream all night long. We love that you don't care about fashion trends. P.S. Your nails are perfect, all natural. Oh, thank you there, Jerry. I feel I'm just a wife and a mother. Oh. No. You're not just a wife and a mother. No. Working, carving out the time, and finding a way to do it with the children, and making a children the part of it. Make it fun, make it joyful, get in the kitchen witchery. You're making food. I'm going to do a little potions, going to make the children healthy. I'm going to trick them into eating healthy. If they don't want to eat healthy, I'm going to be using that whimsicalness that you need to have as a mother, that you find that sense of whimsical. I'm in whimsicalness. when you're just the mother, like just the mother. I'm mother dearest, and like you don't want to be like a stiff one of the stiff mothers, or like or the mother that's just gonna snap and scream and like drop the cookies on the floor. Ah, you fucked up I made these cookies for you fuckers. I tried to do something nice for you fuckheads, and now you make me. I'm gonna go to my room and shut the door, and like you'll be one of these mothers who's like having a tantrum. That was my mother. I'm just describing my mother. She was always like, I'm gonna do something nice out of spite or something. We're like, just don't even do anything for us if it's so hard for you to do it. But yeah, no, you're just making. I don't know how, just making. It's hard with 4 kids. You really have to find the time, and I would say a lot of communication with your partner and I don't know what your finances are like, but it's like you got to carve out that time for yourself, even if it's 15 minutes of like yoga in the morning and like 15 minutes of meditation at night. That could change your life. That alone, that would change your life. And just before you get the kids up, you set your alarm clock just 15 minutes earlier, and just finding that time if you really want to work on this, because I'm seeing that Spirit is asking you to work and put some time into it, because like practice makes perfect. And the more you practice meditation, honestly, meditation, and I would say a dream journal, meditation, like yoga, a little bit of like body work, a little bit of like breath work, box breathing, in the nostril, out the mouth, and then close, and then in the other nostril, out the mouth, in the other nostril, out the mouth, and then we're just activating both hemispheres of the brain, and it adds up incrementally every day. It doesn't feel like much in the moment. You're like, what was that? Have I ascended to the 3D, or have I reached nirvana now, or what? But you just do these little things, and they add up every day. You're a little more limber, and like me, like I can like put my leg behind my head, and like I can put my leg behind my head. Like I'm very limber, very strong. Like I can meditate for ages. Gun to my head, I could do yoga all fucking day. I can talk to spirits like nobody's fucking business. I can hold a lucid dream for as long as I fucking want. And I started really small, and I was just like you, dude. To be honest, I haven't even told you this part. I was just like you. I was afraid. Tower. I was afraid. Demons. Oh no. I couldn't let go. I never let go. I was not letting go at all. You know what I mean? I have my hands tied behind my back, and yeah, I've had demon infestations. I really have. I had a copy of Dante's Inferno appear under my bed, and the spirits were telling me, Dante's Inferno, Dante's Inferno, Dante's Inferno. And I was like, what? I've never heard of that book. What is that? Why do you keep mentioning Dante's Inferno? Randomly, I look under my bed one day, and there's a copy of Dante's Inferno. I was like, ah! And it's a story of a man who goes through like the 7 layers of hell to finally get to the other side. I didn't even read it. That's how bad I am. I'm not very. My work ethic's not very good either. I'm also a woman of leisure. I didn't even bother reading the prophetic book that they kept mentioning and that I found under my bed, that fucking manifested under my bed. I had spirits that I've seen 300 green shiny flies manifest out of thin air in front of me while I was out in the forest to a location that the spirits had told. They said, go right, go left, go right, go left. And I was in the middle of a forest. Out of nowhere comes a swarm of 300 green shiny flies. They landed on a piece of dog poop that was laying perfectly on a log in front of me, and there was a creek behind it. And there was just a piece of like dog shit on a log. And then out of the air, 300 green shiny flies land, and they cover the dog shit. And there's a swarm of flies all around going like this. And then in my ears, I hear a demonologist said to me, eat it, eat it, eat it, now, eat it. So what did I do? I'm fucking delirious and I'm being infested by demons. I picked up the dog shit covered in flies swarming around me, and I ate a whole piece of dog shit. Couldn't even see it. It was so covered in flies, green, shiny flies. And then the demonologist in my head told me to walk home. Said, good, now walk home. So I walked home, and then I went up to my bedroom, and I went to the bathroom, and then I heard another voice in my head that said, okay, now stick your finger in your throat. You've learned your lesson. Now stick your finger in your throat and throw it up. That was just an afternoon in my life. that was just a bad day. That was a bad day. But I was being attacked by I had like a demonologist that I was talking to in my head for like, anyways, I've been afraid. I've been very, very, very afraid. And I had to really let go. And I started meditating, praying, speaking the truth. That's something that goes underrated. Speaking the truth. It's these little things. And if you look at the Zen meditation, or Zen, they just hit you on Zen Buddhism, they'll just hit you on the back of the hand with a ruler, and they say that's the lesson. And that's when you realize the observer is the one, is the real one in charge, or there's the mind, and then there's the observer, and the observer is the one that gets hit, and then you get shocked into that primitive primal state of like action and reaction, and that's the whole lesson, is like just that feeling of inertia, or that feeling of what do you call that, when all of the senses are firing and stuff like that, just that primal primitive like animal instinct. That's the lesson. Anyway, but yeah, and that's so hard. So it's so hard to let go. It really is. But you just start small. 5 minutes of this yoga, 5 minutes of meditation, 5 minutes of and going into nature as much as possible. Take those kids out into the forest as much as possible. Herbs, detox tea, chamomile tea. What other tea would be good? Mint, peppermint. Yerba mate instead of coffee would be good if you wanted to switch it up. Like, what else is good? Valerian at night, very good. What else? Type of ginger, garlic. As many herbs as possible. Parsley. Anyways, yeah, it's just like little things like that. But I'm getting that you're just blocked and that you're not letting go, but you have some energy and some desire to get this thing going, and that you are like a bit unique. Uniqueness. Okay, but I've also been on here for 4 hours now, so I've been sitting cross-legged on the floor for 4 hours, so I'm a little bit tired. And it is also 11 p.m. where I am, so I feel like I'm gonna go. You can say subscribed, and I can do a little bit more of an in-depth reading for you, but I'm actually gonna set a boundary and go now. Then I'm not gonna be reading anymore. And I've just been talking. So I hope I helped you. I appreciate helping. Cool. And stay blessed. You are fine. You are not just a mother and a wife. Definitely more than that. It's about prioritizing yourself and communicating with your partner to get some help so that you can have the time to practice these things. Practice your witchcraft. Self-care. So yeah. See you later.